fuck. Oh fuck. Yeah,
Totally spaced out.
yeah. I have no idea where Krim is at the moment, but we're starting. So
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
At
let's
least
get
Dana's
this
here.
done.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I
At
said,
least
I'm
it's
sorry. I
somebody.
didn't know if we were doing Fridays or not, or what was happening, because you had said something earlier, and so and then
Yeah,
Friday.
no big deal. No big
so
deal. It's fine. All right. So
I'm here.
previously, in the adventure of the soul Vyluxovat, the party, with a quest at large to find their wayward friends, resulted in an audience with royalty. After promptly asking the queen for assistance with Tenebrae, the party was given a place of rest as forgiveness, until the queen had come to a conclusion. However, all was not well with this notion. One of the party members, distraught, let paranoia consume him, resulting in the attempted assassination of the queen, thus foiling any hopes of gaining royal help in the future battle against the Devil King.
You say it and it sounds so bad.
Don't try and make an excuse. I'm fucked.
You
So we're
make
gonna
it
You have
start
sound
no
off.
idea
so
what's
bad.
going on.
That doesn't count for anything.
Actually, I do. I talk to people.
So
I know
we're
all
gonna
Nice
these
start
try.
off with Amos.
Who's a whole bitch?
Oh
Hi.
boy.
So Amos, you wake up. You wake up in a dark black room,
God damn it.
and you can't really see anything, but you feel below you something mushy and sticky.
Like this.
Is he sleeping on my cape?
What? Where the fuck? What
One
the
that's
fuck is
sticky.
this?
I'm kind of concerned.
This is one of two places, and I don't want to be in either of them. Can I make a perception roll, see if I can try and like see something?
Feel it out. He
Anything?
wants to feel it out.
All right.
That's
Do
a
that.
terrible roll. We're on a great start, boyos. Good
He
for.
has been shrunken
Roll
to the
again.
size of pea.
I don't know nothing. This is a great way to
Judging
start.
from that grammar,
Roll again.
clearly.
Okay. So I don't know what I'm doing.
Is there some Pepsi
I'm
cans
just
give
gonna
more
start
than
moving
others?
around trying to figure out
No,
my
did
way
you hear
out.
me, Amos?
Sometimes,
Roll again.
yeah.
No, I
Roll
did
again.
hear you. I'm sorry. Roll again.
Yep.
Oh, crap. Oh, shit.
I'm just getting shit rolls. I
Okay,
got a
that
Wow.
works.
At least you're getting them out the way.
Plus, hold on. My perception is +2.
Not as high as mine.
So 11.
All right, that works.
Sweet.
So,
Thank fucking God.
you don't see anything, but you do hear wind a little bit to your right.
Okay.
You can pretty much assume that you're probably underground right now.
Okay. This is the best place to be in. Sure. Let's go with that. Okay. So you said from my left. That's where it's coming from.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna start moving in that direction.
All right.
Let's see
As
if
you
I
begin to
can-
walk forward, the mushy, soft ground underneath your feet caving in. Do you want to feel the walls?
To be totally honest with you, I
This is
don't.
in a cave.
But I think it's probably the best option at this point. So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. You might want to keep track of where you're going.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I need ice. I'll be right back for the stupidity.
Oh, man. So 5 seconds, it sounds like a whale
Okay,
puzzle.
so I'm gonna keep going forward.
All right.
Okay.
You keep going forward, feeling the walls as you move forward. You luckily do not feel anything mushy on the walls, but the walls do feel damp.
Okay. So like some sort of cave, I'm gonna assume. And
Potentially.
after making that assumption, I'm gonna continue following my way down to try and see if I find a way out. Hopefully,
Alright.
God, please be with me.
You follow your way down, and as you keep going forward, your hand feels a corner, and it seems like that you've come to a crossroads. You can go right or you can go forward.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go right. I think
Okay.
going straight's probably the best bet, but I'm gonna see where this.
Has it turned into a mouth yet?
I have not died. I'm still going, buddy. Ooh, buddy.
Okay.
You go right and make a dex save or dex check.
Okay.
Not dex check, acrobatics. Sorry.
Oh.
I got a nat
Okay.
20, my guy.
All right.
Fucking
Yeah.
ultra
So-
instinct.
Just look off.
Yeah. You
I'll
You
be
make
your
an-
movie track.
all right. So as you're walking completely blind, you feel the ground beneath your feet
Fucking pretty sweet. It's
sort of drop down immediately, and you do a front flip and land in knee-deep water
Okay.
on your feet.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
This room
Like
is
yours
much
is
more
being-
wider now, so there are no walls for you to hold. Unless you were to pick a wall, or just pick a direction and hope you find a wall.
I could levitate.
You could.
Yeah, you can. You're that
so
worried
I'ma
about
do
your
that.
feet being wet. Alright,
I'm gonna do that.
you levitate. And, anything else?
No. I'm gonna keep moving.
How
forward.
high are you levitating,
Trying-
by the way?
Just enough so that I'm not like super deep in the water.
How tall are you?
I don't-
Levitate doesn't take you that high.
How tall are you?
I think I didn't put that down. I normally put my characters around like 6 feet. Yeah,
6
that's
feet?
what I did. That's what I put my character as. 6 feet. Yeah.
6 feet, huh? That's short.
Okay, you levitate and hit your head against the
Not
ceiling.
everybody's my size.
Fuck. Ow. Son of a bitch.
Not enough to
Okay.
do any real damage, but you hit your head against
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna go back down just a little bit so that I, can not fucking hit my head off something again. Continue
All right.
forward.
You continue forward, levitating, and off in the distance, you start to see what could be a possible shimmer of light.
Sweet deal. Possibly. I'm gonna go towards
Pardon.
that light.
Oh, go towards the light. Yeah. That sounds super healthy.
Yeah.
All right. You you go towards the light,
That's
and
incorrect.
you when you reach the light, you see that the light is coming from the ceiling.
Okay.
You look
I'm gonna
up at the ceiling, and yep. Okay, cool.
I just want to make
look
sure
up
I
at
was
the
looking up
ceiling.
at it.
You look up at the ceiling and notice that you are definitely in some sort of, or you're definitely underground, and possibly in some sort of sewage system.
Okay. I'm gonna
I
Perfectly
knew something
scandaled
didn't
boobs.
smell right.
I'm gonna try and make my way out.
Can we kick him out?
What?
I'm sorry, that was bad, even for you, Brown.
I didn't hear the
What?
joke, so it's fine.
He knew something didn't smell right.
Anyways, I'm gonna try and make my way out. That is what I've said.
All right.
Not necessarily,
You wanna fly up?
necessarily sure how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, probably. That'd probably be
You got 20 feet
Wait.
of height you can go.
or how much?
20
Yeah,
feet.
however much it will give me, and then I will.
Yeah, you have 20
hop on
feet.
and I'll start climbing.
All right. Well, there's not really any way to climb on the walls, as you can see.
Oh, I have rope. Does that help me at all?
Only if there's an
Does the
anchor,
rope
right?
have a thing on the end of it for you to anchor? Otherwise, you're probably not going to be able to anchor to it.
Yeah, you're
You know,
probably
if
right.
it's a climbing rope, it
The
would be
dead weight of
partway.
his
It would not.
disappointment.
It'd be more like midway, not on the end.
No, I can't do it then. I'm
Because
just
you
gonna,
have to have shit to spool it to go up.
All right.
just gonna
Well,
leave it at that.
you levitate up probably just enough to somewhat be able to reach it if you could toss your rope up there and have it anchor. But no
Yeah.
dice.
Ha 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 ha,
So-
no dice.
What are you gonna do now?
No dice, PD.
Good question. I'm going to. Is there a path continuing straight forward if I can't get up there? Which I
You
can't.
notice that the light
Damn, that
clears out the
sucks.
room,
Siri,
and
play
you can
Despacito.
see another path from the other than the direction you came from.
I'm gonna have to go through that path.
All right. You go down that path, and later down the path, you see what looks to be some sort of boarded up doorway.
Okay. Can I try and break it open?
All right, make a roll. Make
But
a
don't roll
attack.
too high.
Or not a
God damn it.
but,
I got an 18.
okay.
Nope, he broke everything.
What is with you and doors?
You
Hip up.
you do a jumping spinning kick,
Wow.
A bit
and
much.
I mean, at that high of a roll, I'm gonna make it a bit much. And knock the door clean off its hinges.
Hell fucking yeah.
You're good at breaking doors,
and-
aren't you?
You really hate doors.
We
Alright.
need to get him gloves that have siege weapon on them.
Yeah. Because that motherfucker's propensity for breaking doors and constructs.
And
So just as you knock the door off its hinges, you hear or you see a well-lit room with torches, and you hear a small voice to the immediate right of you. Hey, what are you thinking?
hi. Sorry. See, I was trapped down there, and this was the only way out. So, kinda. I mean, there was no other way for me to break open the door.
As you
Nicely.
as you hear that, you look down to your right and you see what seems to be a small kid holding one of the construct arms that you've seen, or sword arms, in his hand, pointed directly at you.
He's pointing his
I
hand
don't,
at you.
I don't mean any harm. I'm just kind of got stuck in a bad situation. I'm trying to get out. I just
You know
want
how
to
you
go on my
fucking
merry
got
way.
there.
I'm not really sure how I got here, but you know, it's just what it is.
You're not supposed to be down here, mister.
Yeah, I figured. I wasn't necessarily sure how I got here to begin with, so I'd rather just like go try and find my friends and go home. It's been a long fucking day.
I'm lost. Help me, I'm lost.
You see,
I can't wait till he finds out what happened the other day and finds when he wants to keep playing with his friends.
What was that, bro?
you see a,
Side conversations. Chill out on them.
you see what seems to be like, or, I'm sorry. You see what seems to be a side room, and you see a bunch of other kids in that side room peeking out. Some younger, and the kid pointing a sword at you, and some older.
Can you please show me the way out? I don't want to be here more of an inconvenience than I am right now.
Well, mister, if you're looking for a way out, then perhaps you can help me with something.
Yes. What would that be?
We's running low on food down here.
Yes. I'll give him one of my rations.
Oh,
How many
shit.
rations you got?
Yeah, I have like one thing or one or two things of 1 day rations. I don't have much. I'm not most in anything. I'll just give him like the things that I have, like the little bit of things that I have.
Oh,
I have 10. I'm sorry, I have 10, so I'll give him 4 of them. And it comes with jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and nuts.
cheese.
All right. You give him the food, and he he gestures over to
These were desperate times. Dicks were being sucked for chocolate and crunch bars and frivolous things.
All right, dude. Okay, hang on.
Anyway,
Shush
So he
you.
gestures
I just-
over to the right side of the room, or not the right side of the room, but forward or straight ahead into the room, and you see a arched doorway, and yeah, that's all you see right now.
So I'm gonna thank the little boy, and I'm gonna start heading that way and try and leave the building.
Thank you, mister. He runs off with the other kids.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave.
Little did you know that the lack of food was discipline for them doing a shit job, and now you've ruined the whole system that their boss
Fucking
has
care.
established.
You know what? Fuck you. I don't care. I'm just doing my thing. I'm trying to live my life. What do I see? What I get out, Spencer?
All right. Ahead you see a ladder,
Okay.
and that leads to a sewer grate.
Okay. So I'm gonna go out, go up, onward and upward, as they say.
All right. You go onward and upward, and you climb out in the middle of the street.
Oh, great.
So
Okay, cool.
there is a couple people staring, and they were staring at you, but yeah, you climb out. In fact, directly in front of the Cardi B&B.
Here we go again.
I feel like I've seen this before.
On the road again.
You thought you would never see it again.
But you were wrong. I'm gonna, against my better judgment, I'm gonna go into it.
All right.
And this is how our friend died.
Yep.
You go into the Cardi B&B.
Yeah.
You open up the door. You see once, as usual, the bustling area, or the bustling lobby that is the Cardi B&B. People sitting down, eating, talking, and people going upstairs and hitting up the rooms.
Okay, I'm gonna, against my better judgment, go up to the barkeep.
Okay, you go up to the barkeep, and you're met with the same overly enthusiastic barkeep that Ven met with earlier. Hey there, welcome to the Cardi B&B. Would you like to try our special?
Sorry, I just, thank you. I love the introduction. That was awesome. But I'm looking for a couple of people. I don't know if you've seen them pass through. Do you know where I might be able to find these people?
You're gonna have to give me a name, bud.
Yeah.
Or a description.
So, yeah, I'm gonna give a slight description of the rope guy, the wizard. I can't remember his name, but I loved him because out of anybody, I know he did get in trouble. So.
Did he wear like a big hood or something?
Yeah.
Seemed like he was in a rush to get a room earlier.
Yes, that was him.
He had two other people with him, a big cat and
yeah, I remember that guy.
a man in a dark coat.
Yeah. Do you know where they might have been?
He dropped a lump sum of gold and rented out one of our best rooms.
Do you know?
I don't know where he went, but
our wind elemental based monk is a little airheaded.
I don't
I was
quite know where he
smart
went,
enough
but
to drop you guys' names.
I don't quite know where he went, but you know, but he was here.
Okay. Well,
he came and left
You
in a rush.
motherfuckers do know I walk on 2 legs.
I appreciate the assistance. I'm gonna go look for him. And I'll probably see you again some other time. Thank you very much. And with that, I give a little nod to him, and
Ooh, shit, sorry.
Sure thing.
Cat.
I'm not gonna get fucking in trouble again. That is not
I'm
my
not
game
associated
plan.
with those freaks.
Alright.
I know my shit. I ain't going fucking down like them.
Alright, so now
Hey, I
we are
didn't
going
go down,
to...
bite me.
Alright, so to rehash everything, Kusasa, I'm pretty sure, after Ven got taken away into custody, Kusasa went and headed back to his cat friends at the temple.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to...
Are you getting back to them? I figure you were, but just had to ask.
Yeah, we're going to Kevin right now, I think. Or not, fucking Victor. Victor, are you here?
How dare you air my dirty laundry over Mike?
Sorry, Cardi B&B. We just needed to talk to you about this.
Alright.
Alright. What it be, cuh? What it be?
Okay. So you snap back to life with in the warm embrace of your
My now lover.
dark Duchess.
Getting
If you
pegged
down
by
with
a
the
dark
swirl.
girl.
She notices you wake up and smiles and says, "Ready for round 6?"
Fucking damn.
Alright, I guess we're flipping coins. I guess that's how that went. No, I'm good. Unless I get to put it in your hole this time, I'm good.
Tell me this man got pegged 5 times for 588 gold.
I didn't give her the other 500 gold, so she did it for 88.
Yeah, you did. You gave her the
Oh,
gold.
I did? Oh, no, because I remember keeping the pouch with me. You telling me I gave it to her when I got there?
Mm-hmm.
She swiped it from my coat while it was International Women's Day.
While you were curled up in the corner.
I mean, dude,
Now
you
you're
were having a good
broke.
time. Anyways, continue, sir. Sorry.
Alright.
He said no.
So,
Refusal of consent.
Dude, you guys were having so much fun, though. You made a good couple.
Oh, God, he acts like he was here for that, but he's not.
Fine.
Boof.
you
Look,
you
man,
have
the
a couple
one.
memories
Look, it's
of the
high
night
time
before.
you're trying to fuck everything backfire.
Anyways,
You have a couple memories
continue,
of
sir.
the night before, and at least it seems to be that you guys went back and forth.
That's, mildly enthusing
You played.
to hear.
You played catch.
22.
You just tossed
So it
the
looks
balls
like
back
I
and
wasn't
forth.
just... looks like I was pitching and catching.
Continue.
Yeah. You were giving and receiving.
Ugh.
Okay.
I would like to see
Fair
where the
enough.
story actually goes instead of the stop and go.
So what are you gonna do, Vic?
What is what? What?
What are you gonna do?
I have no idea. I wasn't planning this far ahead.
What the hell?
But you were planning enough to
I'm
get
just
her.
gonna lay there and apathetically stare at the ceiling.
Wow, you're just gonna ignore him, bro?
You mean PTSD? Stare at the ceiling?
Oh man.
And I am not okay with it.
I didn't even hear what she said. That's the worst part.
She said ready for round 6.
Round for
Oh,
6.
that. I
and
said
then you
no.
said no. So, you just gonna leave her with no other conversation and just fucking
Like
book
not
it?
even gonna say, he's just gonna lay there? Like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
man.
We're gonna pretend
Aw,
this
man.
shit never happened.
What the fuck?
You were one of those. Ah, jeez.
Alright. Well she
I
gets
guess.
out of bed and says, I know what you need. And she walks out of the room,
Oh shit.
Dude, she knows what you need.
completely nude.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay. Still laying there.
Alright.
Still laying there, staring at the ceiling,
I
contemplating
mean,
my
he's
life
exhausted.
decisions.
He just got pegged 5 times.
Hey, dude, he enjoyed every second of it, I bet you.
Alright, well she comes back a couple minutes later. With a glass of water.
No,
Such a
I'm not even
sweetheart.
good enough for Gatorade.
Dude, she's a sweetheart. Let her be.
She sets it on the nightstand next to you.
Oh god, that means I'm gonna have to turn over.
Must be super sore.
This one? I think this one's
Good
wrong.
thing the bed's so soft. We can do this 1,000 times.
Ooh.
Stop.
No.
Bad.
You know where I got that? Didn't say that.
Go sit.
No.
Go sit. Anyways,
I
can
guess.
we get out of this
I guess.
awkward situation of he does not like it? Goodbye.
Not even, like,
It's It's not even that awkward. Well, it shouldn't be.
He's making it more awkward than it needs to be. He's just sitting
That's
there.
my boy. He's just laying there, fucking contemplating this.
Alright.
Alright, what?
With her.
Do something. Just
What?
do
Yeah,
something.
she said water right next to you.
She
You're
gave
still
you water.
laying in the bed looking at the ceiling.
She's being such a sweetheart, and you're just like, oh fuck this person.
She
Literally.
put him in a coma.
Oh my god, Kev.
Come on. Come up with something, Vic. Or I'm gonna move on.
Look at the chat.
Yeah, real fucking professional.
Yeah, this is definitely D&D. This.
He wrote sucking titties in the chat.
Continues.
You're
Alright.
just not gonna do anything else. Just that's it.
Is that it?
He's going to play with
Just
you.
gonna
Drink the
sit there?
water and
Sure.
I'm just gonna
Sure,
play.
okay,
Just
move
keep
on.
it going. I'm gonna keep going with that
No.
girl, and then you guys do whatever. I'm gonna.
Alright,
fuck
you
it,
drink
this
the
is
water.
You drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
I
yeah.
drank the water and got ready for more, and then that shit was probably drugged. Great.
Paranoid Mike Brown.
Dude, that shit's probably got ecstasy in it.
Alright, well. Make a con save.
Oh fuck.
Oh
I
boy.
told you. Fucking told you. Fucking told you. 17.
Mm-mm.
17. Alright. You're, your phallic member does not get hard.
This is gonna be a fucking game.
Commit seppuku.
Alright. Well, let's move on from him.
Yeah.
Kusasa, what are you doing?
Just move on. I'm
Well,
there's
what I
nothing more
wanted to
say.
do was to try to swap stories and get names over a meal.
Stories and get names over a meal. What names are you looking for from your two associates?
Theirs.
Oh, their names. Yeah, I guess that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Alright.
You should totally message me the names too, so that way I can write them down.
But that's meta
Okay.
knowledge.
Well, let's see.
No, I'm actually talking to them.
Oh, so lame.
Alright.
Oh, the
I
fuck is
figured-
up with this skeleton, man?
So I'm not that
Ven is
good
currently
with.
indisposed.
Probably about to kill them again.
Yeah.
Well. Alright. Alright, well. Here, I'll just tell you right now. I'm not that great with Native
You
American
could
cat
ask
names.
Storm, and
So
there's
what
name
I'm
there's name generators too.
well, I came up with different names for them. So one of them tells you their name is Lucatiel.
Oh boy, you should just cut that out.
Hmm?
You're gonna need to take that one out.
I know.
Alright.
And the other's name is Otuka.
Okay.
Damn it, I cannot type in. Fucking. Alright. But go on with what you want to say to them. Because since they told you their names.
Alright. Oh. Alright. You know, I'm curious then. Can they tell me some of the history of the city for how long they've been here? Might as well know what's going on.
Right. Percolate, bitch.
Alright.
If there's any caveats to laws and shit. Clearly, somebody who's been here long enough would know some of the shit.
Okay, well, they tell you.
Flawless.
They tell you for the most part that they know pretty much the basics. They've been here for a while, living peacefully. As far as they don't really know that much about the history of the area. They just know about the some of the laws.
Oh my god.
One such
Sorry.
law is that they know. One such law that they tell you is that that outsiders are typically banned from entry into the city out of fear of husks. They tell you the simple ones: no stealing, no doing obvious assault or
Oh no, remember I read the
the
law book.
obvious illegal things.
I was talking
Yeah,
about,
I
you know,
figured.
shit a local would be able to tell me.
They're not particularly locals, they're more tourists to some extent.
Ah, so they go, not just come.
Yeah, they don't plan on staying in the future, and the only reason they're staying is because of the news that's perpetuated around the city. But they say as soon as the husk problem seems to wind down, they plan on leaving
Oh.
and moving on. They're not technically full residents of the place.
Oh. Alright. There's ways in and out. Alright. Then, if they're tourists, they would then know where the armorers are.
Ah,
You know,
the
the
armorer.
shops.
Okay. Well, yeah, they do. They know that there is a town square, and it should contain all your necessary needs for equipment.
Alright then. Huh. Then I would very much so at some point like to visit there. But perhaps, would they happen to know if the folks in charge are particularly communicative to religious aspects? You know, can they be talked to?
Well, they seem to they say that they seem to have no issues with religion.
Oh.
They only really care about their business. Is that all?
Then. Unless they have any further inquiry, info as to, you know what? I'm curious. What happened with the clan then? I don't know how long it's been.
Hmm?
I don't know how long it's been since whenever. So.
How long it's been since what? Since they entered the city?
No, since clearly I have not much of an idea as to who I was, the question then begs when.
Right. When did you end up missing? When what? When?
Yeah.
So you
When
want to
I
ask about
see.
details of your life.
Yeah.
Um. Well, I will say that I should go over the details of the memory that you do remember from praying. Um,
Uh,
you you do remember simply the basics. You know what you were before, and you know who you were before. But yeah, you don't know. You don't know what
I'll be
yeah, I
right back.
guess what happened to you. But essentially, what they tell you about what happened to you is that out of the blue, you just disappeared. And there were search squads looking for you, but to no avail.
hmm. 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 Alright. That is more questions than anything. Hmm. Alright, and how long ago was this?
I'm back.
They say it was probably about maybe a couple years ago, perhaps.
Couple of years. Alright. Hmm.
Actually, not even a couple, like probably about a year and a half. You could consider.
Alright. So not too terribly long ago.
No.
Alright, well, then perhaps, since they're going to be, wishing to work with me, it'd probably be prudent to find the sections in the city that possibly would be in need. I mean, we've only seen the good portions.
Hmm.
As with any
All
large
right.
city, it's gotta be low end.
Um. They
And
they do tell you that there is somewhat a community of drow
Say what now?
that live
oh my god,
Hello?
that's so far.
particularly
Hello?
that seem to live particularly in a under part of this area.
Not a literal under, since, you know, Underdark, but
Yeah, not the literal Underdark, but it is a essentially underground area that they live in within the city.
Well, then it would probably be prudent to go try to.
They do tell you that class
there,
seems to
help
be,
people.
or class and or that class. They do tell you that class is sort of based on height in the city. It seems to be that the lower you go down, the more worse for wear you are.
Down into what? We should lend aid. Or, well, you should while I try to figure out how to help my associate and the other one wherever he is currently.
Oh, he's referring to me, I can tell.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Then if that's the case,
They say in succession, well, I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
Oh my god.
I love you, assassin.
I would very much like to find the armorers around here. And other than that, I'm good. Other than that.
Alright.
I have a little bit to think on.
Do you wish to look for an armor now? Or later?
Well, it hasn't been all that long, has it, since Ven was hauled off?
It's been a couple hours.
Oh, I thought it's been a day. It would have been a day by now.
So, no, Ven's just been sitting in a cell alone for a couple
It's
hours.
felt like longer than a day for me.
Because it has been.
I figured I was about to say Belmont. Victor was going all night.
Then it would probably, I guess, then be prudent to try to seek an audience with the Queen through proper channels.
Okay.
Hey,
That's
mine's
not a bad
proper.
idea.
No.
Alright, so you want to go to seek out the Queen then? Well, you do
Yeah,
remember
might as
that
well.
after the Queen... Well, you do remember that after the Queen, had her attempted assassination, she might not be too keen on seeing visitors, but you might be able to finesse your way in.
Alright. Then I will, I guess, set my course that way then. Well, no, I should gather at least what people I can find.
Okay.
I need
so
to
you're
find
just gonna look. You're gonna see if you can find some of your team then.
Yeah.
As
I should
far as you know,
probably at least find
the
somebody.
last time you've seen Amos was when Ven was speaking to the Queen for the first time. He was draped over the shoulder of one of the constructs. They took him into another room, and you haven't seen him since.
Meta knowledge. Seems we do know what happened.
Not meta knowledge, but you know that he's. You
No,
know
I
what
was
you
saying,
saw,
you
which
know,
was that. Oh, you mean like? Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was talking about. Please.
And then Victor, you knew Victor ran off with some woman.
His impurity and debauchery is one thing.
I'm
But
saying
nonetheless, I
debauchery.
should probably go
I should fucking
seek
be
him
running
out.
around yelling, fucking, are you ready for Freddy?
Alright, so where you headed?
Although, the location where Brown first encountered the drow chick, that was the,
That was the courthouse, essentially. Well, town hall, whatever.
yeah, I should probably search for the individual of that person, whatever her name may be.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of clues as to what to go on there, unless my associates would know.
Nah, I don't see how your associates would know. But you
Well,
can
they
ask them
might
to
know
canvass
where.
the city
Yeah, that would work.
if you give them a description.
It's a drow chick. Kind of.
They tell you that there's
We.
plenty of drought chicks.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to her much.
But you do know one of your friends, right?
Right.
Is likely with them.
Black. Yeah. What was your physical description again? Outside of the coat, considering I doubt you have it on. Brown.
My presence was demanded, but
Yes. What was your physical description notwithstanding your coat, since you likely don't have it on?
I'd be white with black hair. I'm about like 6'1", medium build.
Okay.
You know, I'm a rogue,
Alrighty.
so why?
You give them that description, and they head out. Anything else they ask before they go?
Keep eyes out for possibly one slightly confused monk. I didn't quite get a physical description from
Dude,
Shadow about his.
I can tell you, literally, I'm just 6 feet, black hair. I got a monk robe on, so that's kind of obvious. I have
Yeah.
beads around my neck, like a normal monk.
A monk should stand out pretty
Yeah,
much in this city.
normally you could probably find.
Especially a
Fine.
monk of the Cobalt Soul, they're dressed in
Yeah.
primarily shades of blue.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and
Alright,
completely. I
so
mean,
in this
the article of attire
slightly
is
future
completely different.
punk utopia, we're gonna look for a dude in blue clothes.
Yeah, dude, like I'm blued out, man. You should be able to
Blue
find.
robes and shit. Anyway.
Little boy
All right.
blue, gotcha.
So they fan out. Anything you want to do specifically, Kusasa?
Well, since that patch of difficulty has been alleviated slightly with two of them looking, I want to head for the shop, the armory.
All right.
Greatest way
You're gonna
to
head for the
lend
armory.
aid would be to shield those that can't shield themselves.
Okay. You head to the armory, and while he heads to the armory, we are gonna talk with Ven.
That's the one for Keith.
Let me out of this fuck.
So Ven, you
Ooh, someone sounds
you,
cranky.
or you have essentially sat in your cell for a few hours now.
Only a few more years to go. You'll be fine.
You see that there are two constructs guarding you. One to the left of your cell and one to the right.
Do I see any openable panels on them for future reference?
Openable panels on them for future reference. Not really.
Okay. Okay.
You want to say okay again?
Anything you're gonna
Okay.
do?
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm back in that fucking glass box of a prison cell, right?
Yep. Back in the glass box.
And
my
powers
God.
still aren't working. Not handcuffs, so I can.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, yeah, they're
Did they at least
not working.
have the courtesy to give my mask back?
No, you are maskless and cloakless
Fuck.
in that cell.
Luckily, still a few bandages. It's not fine. Try to make the sword, see if it works this time.
Alright. You try to make the sword. And, the sword comes out and flickers out for a little bit and then fades away. You hear a voice in the back of your head.
What do you want?
What do I want? What do you...
Oh shit.
You wretched little leech. What the hell do you think I want? I want out of the cell, and you want food. So, how about you back with me, and we do... This place seems to be some sort of caste system, and doesn't look like much of a way to move up. So how about you and me possibly get out of here, and make our way down, and I feed you. That sounds good?
Mid-sentence, as if the world awaited that realization, you hear the door open, and the constructs guarding you spring to action. Around the bend, you see a shadow.
I kind of figured this was happening in my head.
Get fucked! You said too much, you dumb fuck!
Oh no, it's happening for real.
I'm gonna let him continue, sir, and tell me how he gets fucked up.
Around the bend
This is the reckoning.
around the bend comes the mysterious man, calmly walking through the door.
It's you again. Hello. What do
The
you want?
constructs, he can't hear you. He's not anywhere near you yet. The constructs move forward and inward to block his way. The man stops in front of them. You see the man's mouth open, and you can hear him clearly. Steel protects only that which encounters blade and metal, but of mind and marrow lie a separate battlefield entirely. I know your inspiration. I brought about your creation. I was present during your conception. The constructs go to grab the man, but just before they contact him, he snaps his finger, and they freeze in place.
You Thanos them, dude. You Thanos them.
He begins walking slowly in your direction. Hello.
Yeah, that is whatever it is he wants it to be.
Well, did you just do? No answer? That's it? Just no answer? You're not going to tell me...
Head.
You or something. What?
Did you want to do it?
Under the clean. See her blood run down my arm as I feast upon it? Possibly. Who knows? The demon
You
who
see the
told me
mysterious
to.
man's hand twitch.
Maybe Ven has been consumed a long time ago. Maybe you're not talking to a human anymore. Maybe it's the demon now.
He swallows and says
Maybe
again,
open the door.
"Did you want to kill her? Then
Again, I say, which are you talking to? The demon or the human?
No lie, these pings are really getting me out of the groove.
he looks down at his cane and says, I understand, just as anyone else, that she requires no protection. However, that woman is important. The man stops directly in front of the glass cell, awaiting a response.
Assuming he didn't buy any.
Huh?
I'm assuming he didn't buy anything I said.
No. He didn't.
Fuck. So to let you know, that was my plan. My plan was to pass it off as the demon took control, and then was just fucking stasis during that.
Well, you know
So are
what?
you
You
gonna
suck
say
at acting,
anything?
so.
I'm going to say puppet. Does it even work?
You say puppet, and the words reach out, and as if there was some sort of magical essence in your body, when you said it, it seems to feel like it just dissipated. Your tricks do not work here. Then you claim to dislike imprisonment, yet freedom's embrace is a touch you're quite unfamiliar with. Even now, trapped in this glass box. He flicks the cell with his middle finger. Even then, before you visited Vylam, you remained a prisoner, and I remained a fool to let you roam freely.
When are you going to kill me? Because if so, free me from whatever shackles of the world have damned me. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I came from. So if you're not coming here to tell me that, leave.
You see
Or
a
get
slight
me out of
smirk
here.
under his hood. You remind me much of my younger days. And that's a problem. The man
I appreciate the compliment.
begins to raise his hand as you say that, and taps the glass. And a seemingly weightless piece of shattered glass from where he tapped, from the front of the cell, flies at you, slowly. You turn your head and watch as it slowly passes you. As it slowly passes, and you notice the rest of the cell door follows suit as the man begins to walk inside towards you. But soon, you will know what that means. The man grabs you by the throat and lifts you off the ground with his right hand alone. begins to slowly tug on the back of his hood, revealing his face. Long, jet black hair covers his face, and you see the grim smirk of his pearly whites. And between the strands of his hair, you see his eyes. Eyes blacker than the shadow that looms over your mind. Let me give you a taste. Make a con save.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Still getting fucked up. Oh, I want to see what he rolled. What did he roll?
Comfort?
Oh,
14.
fuck. That's a rip in
You
the chat,
fall-
boyos.
You fall unconscious.
Ooh.
Yeah, I figured. Also called it.
I was, you know.
Alright. So, let's move on to...
What that is? Fucking bullshit. God damn it. God damn it.
Let's move on back to Kasasa.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, so you finally
Suddenly, I'm
find the town square, and you see a place that looks like it is the that looks like it could be some sort of blacksmith or armory. You wish to approach?
Yes. I wish
Okay.
to approach this business.
As you approach, or as you approach the smithy, this is what you hear. Oh damn it, Willie! I done told you you're to rotate it clockwise, not counterclockwise. For fuck's sake, there's a fucking clock in the background. We live in a damn clockwork city. How the hell do you not know where clockwise is? Damn it, Willie!
Captain, I wish I
God
could
damn
hug
it,
you
Willie.
right now. I wish I could hug you right now. That was beautiful.
Perfect, I will say.
He approaches you and says, "What do you want?" Oh, he's a dwarf, by the way.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I
It's a
kinda
dwarf,
noticed.
by the way.
Totally was only picturing the dwarf right there. It's so cute.
What do you want?
Oh my god. Necronius?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to you.
Okay, could you...
What's your
sorry,
problem?
repeat
Cat's
that?
got your tongue.
I ran a choice of words. I wish to inquire as to your wares for armor.
At least he didn't call you a whore.
Oh yeah, what else would you be here for?
Weapons. But I'm in the market for armor.
Right, what do you need then?
Holy goddamn.
Leo?
Well, come on,
He's
make a
on.
decision.
Well, I wish to inquire as to the price of your plate armors, if you have any in storage.
Plate, you want plate? Alright. Willie! Go grab the plate!
Willie! Fucking Christ! This
Apparently
is so
somebody
good.
binge watched Austin Powers for a Scottish accent.
I love him.
It's great.
I love him.
Alright. You see, you see a very small elven lad come around the corner with a plate suit of armor.
Bragging, you played suit of armor. Elves ain't strong.
He the dwarf grabs the plate and sets it on the table. This is the quality of our plate.
What kind of stop rating are we talking?
Just
Or
about
would you-
anything. Same thing. In fact,
Alright.
those constructs that protect the city are made out of. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Would it happen to be a reddish-black material?
Oh my god, we're... I know where
You
that
can make
one's
it whatever
going.
color you want it to be.
I did not ask that.
He got confused there. I'm gonna say.
No, he didn't get confused. He just wanted to say that.
I was just gonna say, because, like, Storm's not even fucking there.
I
You
know.
sure you're not from the DC universe? Because this is getting really dark.
Alright, well. How much?
Much. Let's see.
Might need some modifications.
He grabs a notebook out. And starts jotting some notes. He says, you don't happen to have any friends, do you?
Why?
Just wondering. A recommendation
very
can go pretty far away.
Well, I have a couple. I just have to go find them and reacquire them.
Alright. I'll give you a discount of 20% then. As long as you promise to put in a good word.
Alright. Depending on the value, the worth of the wares, it'll increase my opinion and vouching.
Alright. He jots down a price.
Man, if
He
only
says
this would
that
go
will
towards
be
our actual base.
about 80 gold.
Ooh. I'm surprised Oliver didn't say anything.
I said it
It's
for.
okay. It's plate, which means my defense is going way the fuck up.
I thought you only had half
Oh yeah,
plate.
that's
I
because
only
it's
had
not normal plate
chainmail.
either.
Ooh, that means there's gonna be a bonus to it. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's why it costs so much.
Ooh.
So I will take it. If you have
Alrighty
other
then.
wares.
What
Some
other
point.
wares are you considering?
Weapons, but currently I don't know about the price of.
Alrighty then.
I mean, it's
We've,
not exactly a
we've got-
profitable line of work I'm in.
Right. Well, we've got a couple of things back here. Willie! Grab one of the glaives off the counter.
What a kitter.
My favorite thing was that you walked away to do it.
So, Willie comes out with an assortment of weapons, as many as he can hold. And he looks as if he's struggling to hold them all. And
Did you
God
hire
damn, Willie!
the
I didn't tell you to bring the whole
Did you
stock.
hire the smallest runt from your village?
Willie's
What do you mean by
an
village?
elf.
The boy's an elf. Do I look like an elf to you?
Not you.
Or do
That's
we
why
all
I
just
asked
look
if
the
you'd
same,
hired-
huh?
No, I don't have to look down near as far for the elf.
Ooh.
Are you just trying to get kicked out of this fucking shop?
I'm just being firm
kidding,
about it.
eventually
I'm a
he'll break
nice
the
guy,
counter.
but I'm not gonna be dicked around.
Hey.
Alright,
You
then,
kind of
mate.
called an elf and a
Never
dwarf
did.
the same.
And he's a dwarf. If you just stand up for yourself, you'll be fine. No, really, it's more of a mutual sign of respect if you know anything about their pantheon.
Chord, fair. That is fair. But yeah, back to the
Alright
sheet.
then, mate. Perhaps you're not as much of a pansy as I thought you were. Yeah, he grabs
Do
a
I
couple
look like I'm the
assortment of
size of a
weapons,
pansy?
places them on the table next to the plate. Anything catch your eye?
I'm trying to remember what type of weapon it was that our misogynistic teammate uses.
What? You're
That's the
talking
best
to
way to go about
Victor?
shit. Is
Oh,
Victor okay?
Victor.
So all of a sudden I'm misogynistic?
I was
All of a
being
sudden
funny.
he's a king?
What?
That's what I heard. I heard misogynistic king, and I was like, what the fuck?
No.
You said mate.
Oh. I heard king, and I was like, what the fuck?
What? Really?
That's
What?
literally what I heard. Sorry, I'm fucking. I didn't
Now
hear
even
right.
I'm confused. Look, I just wanted to, I was saying that I was trying to remember what weapon it was that Victor used.
I don't know, some sword.
How do y'all not know what kind of weapon I use?
It's katana.
He uses a katana.
No. Thing
Cortana.
is, we likely have to. Well, we still
is
have
very
no word back as of yet about any monk or
Dude,
Victor.
I'm off in my own world, man. I'm finding you guys.
He ain't even part
They're
of the party
looking.
no more.
No, my two people are looking for you too.
Right.
All right. Well, then I will have. Is there a glaive on the table?
He has a glaive. He has a katana. He has a couple long swords, a short sword. He has essentially pretty much mostly everything that has something to do with metalsmithing. He's got a
What about
mace.
pliers? I was being funny. All right then.
All right.
Hey, no. I'm gonna heft the glaive, give it a small twirl to check the balance and the flow of it.
All right. You grab the glaive, give it a small twirl, and as you twirl it, the blade part of it, or the blade end of it, extends out.
That's interesting.
And then it and then it retracts once you bring it back upright.
So kinetic. Very well. Might I inquire as the value of this? While I am asking this, I'm eyeballing the katana.
So the value of the glaive, right?
Yes.
All right. He says the value of the glaive, uh, including your discount, I'll say about 50 gold.
Oof. Alright, then I'm gonna inspect the katana.
Alright. You inspect the katana, and you notice when you unsheath the katana, you notice a slight trigger on the handle.
Well, I'm not gonna have that handle in my hand. I'm gonna hold it carefully by the backside of the blade.
You gave it a gun sword?
No, not quite.
No. No, I'm gonna hold it by the backside of the blade so as to not have my hand sliced up. Just in case.
The backside of the blade. Alright.
The flat.
It's
Don't
Yeah.
burn yourself.
It's not.
You don't fucking know. I think he knows the sword better than you fucking do.
I wouldn't hold it that way if I were you, my
Why
friend.
for?
Pull the trigger and find out.
Ah. Very well. So the handle is not rigged. You know, safety devices and such. So
Right.
there's another trick to this weapon. Alright.
Hold the sword
Pray
out
tell,
away
what is
from
it?
you and pull the trigger. Do you do
You
what he
might
says?
want to point it down, though. Yeah, you might want to point it down, though.
Do you do what he
hole in
says?
the wall?
Okay.
Do you have something to point it at?
Oh my god.
The ground.
Just point it away from me.
Okay.
He said, hold it away from me. And pull
Fine,
the
I'll just point the fucker up and pull the trigger.
trigger.
What is this He-Man shit?
Alright, you point the fucker up
Not
and
what
pull
I'm
the
talking
trigger.
about. I'm literally just lifting my arm to point it up and
When you
pulling the trigger.
when you pull the trigger, the flat and the blade transform into a seemingly serrated edge. All along the blade.
You gave him a chain sword.
Okay. That is an interesting device. And pray tell, how much is this?
That one I'll give you the same price for as a glaive.
See, I'm far more interested in that glaive, albeit I can afford neither of them.
Jeez, you broke already?
Dude, the
All
armor
right.
was 80. I only had 120.
There.
Let's see. Since you're buying so much, I'll let you off with a deal. I'll bundle everything for you.
Everything being...
Everything for 100. 100 gold.
For the 3?
For all 3.
Well, I know the individual I'm thinking might enjoy this weapon. I could persuade him to come check out your further wares with this. That'd be some
Why not?
advertisement for you. Let your wares do the talking.
Why not?
Fair enough. Deal.
Alright.
Well, I'm, you know what? What would be the trade-in?
Dude, it doesn't matter. You're still richer than me with 20 gold left.
What would be
You
the...
weren't richer than I was last night.
Oi.
I mean, that wasn't even your money.
It was on my person. Possession's 9/10 of the law.
That's like asking your mom for $100 and then getting a girl to date you and being like, "Mom, I need more money," but you're still on your date. Exactly. She wants to
Yeah,
go to
well.
Gucci.
Are you guys ready to shit a brick?
Sure.
My
No.
AC just jumped to 21.
Spend so much gold.
Oh no. That means it's getting hotter.
Oh. All right.
The heat's trying to make you spend money too.
So
Alright, but
back to
then,
Amos.
yeah.
Unless you want to do anything
Yeah,
else.
that was it.
with
That
us.
was it. I was just gonna be
Alright.
Dude,
done
I
with
have
them
10
and
gold.
try to
I
find.
cannot do anything else.
All right. So back to
But,
Amos.
oh wait! I wanted to know the trade-in value on my old chainmail. It's still in my
On your old
possession.
chainmail?
But dude,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
do you think I can do? I can't do anything.
It is
That's-
raw material, if anything.
I can look it up for you if you want, and get back to you.
Yeah, what,
Talking to
yeah, I
the
don't know
Kev,
what
quit
is that.
posting
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts
Look
stuff.
that up, please.
I will, my friend.
I was just trying to
So,
get
Amos.
Alua to look.
Amos, you, as you're walking the streets, you see what looks to be or as you're walking the streets, you see what looks to be some sort of cat approach you. A large cat similar to Kusasa approach you.
I immediately hop into a fucking defensive stance. What do you want, big cat?
Okay. The cat tells you not to be aware, or not to be in fear.
Okay.
He is an associate of Kusasa, and he is looking for you.
Oh. Okay.
Punch him in the face.
I'm gonna immediately not be tensed up anymore, and then I'm gonna be like, and where is Kusasa?
I'll give him in a minute. Right.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Alright. I know you get the message, I'm sure.
Like after the session, I'll tell you this stuff.
Alright.
So
Where is he? That's what I asked.
he tells you to follow him.
Okay. I'm gonna follow him. Still a little bit cautiously.
Oh,
but
which one found him?
more trusting now.
Luke and Teal and Otuka split up looking for the two people that you asked. So it was Luke
Yeah,
and Teal
that's
who
what I
found them.
asked. Alright.
Doesn't matter. They found me.
Oh, it matters to me.
Oh my fucking god.
They work for me.
It matters for me too, but only for specific reasons that I cannot disclose at this time.
So as we're walking, can I talk to him?
Sure.
So what is your name out of curiosity, so I can talk to you without being like, oh, cat person? Because I feel that'd be rude.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Literally.
He tells you his name is Lucatiel.
Literally.
Okay, Lucatiel. What did I miss? I'm gonna say I missed a lot.
He's caught off guard by
Wu-Tang
what
Clan
you
ain't nothing
said.
to
He
fuck
doesn't
with.
know what you mean.
See, last thing I remember, I was trying to help one of my friends get out of some cuffs, and I got cuffed myself, and then I did this badass roundhouse kick, which, by the way, you should have seen. It was dope as fuck. Anyways, I did this roundhouse kick, knocked the dude, and then he turned around and knocked me out. So, yeah, I've been unconscious for a long time, so I'm not really sure what happened after that. All I know is that I wound up in a sewer, and made my way out. And now I'm here. And now you're here. I talked to a barkeep at this weirdly named bar. Yeah. Anyways, how did you meet Kusasa? It's probably what I should ask.
He tells you, he tells you that they met in the temple,
Okay.
not far from here, the Tabaxan temple.
Yes. And what is the temple associate in? Like, who is there? It's more what I probably should ask.
Alright.
You know,
Well, he
because
said
I know I'm
Tabaxan
from
temple.
a monk. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm from a monk
Monastery.
monastery. Thank you. I couldn't remember what the word for it was. I'm
figured
from a
you would go
monastery,
for it.
so is it like a monastery, but different? And how? I probably should. I'm
Tells
just
you,
trying
for
to
the
figure
most
out where
part,
he's
that
from.
it was a temple that seems to be constructed for most of the Tabaxi people to feel at home.
Okay. Okay. And now you're working with Kusasa?
Yep, he assures you, yes. Off in, off in the distance, you start to see Kusasa by holding a couple weapons and by a blacksmith or some sort of shop. Can't really tell right now, but you recognize
I'm gonna
Kusasa.
scream out Mufasa. Hey, Mufasa.
Oh
Good lord.
Hey, Mufasa! It's your boy! Remember me?
Yeah, at least they found you. Thank you. I'm impressed you found this one so quickly.
he tells you that it wasn't that difficult. He was wandering around aimlessly and he stuck out like a sore thumb.
Wow,
Look,
that works.
dude, I made my way out of a sewer. I woke up in a sewer and I made it here. So, I mean, at least I got out into the streets. That being in the sewer. That would have been
Fair
fun.
enough.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
We need to find Victor. Van is in
Okay.
prison.
Oh, so he's still in prison? Okay.
It got worse.
Oh. How can it get worse?
He apparently attempted to assassinate the queen. As much as I don't
Oh.
condone it, I must say there's
Okay.
still need to attempt for penitence and redemption.
Great. That's a good job. Okay. And what was the last you saw of Victor?
He was leaving to go hang out with the drow female.
So he went to go get some pussy. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So are we the only ones that are technically together now? What happened to the
Yeah.
wizard dude? Whatever the fuck his name was.
I don't know.
Great. Okay. Do you need help carrying those things? I say, pointing to the things that he has in his hand.
Well, two of them are mine. The other one,
I
I
don't
wish
mind helping
to-
you if we're going the same place. So.
No, I mean literally. I can wear the plate mail and carry the glaive in place of my old one.
Okay.
Surprised you didn't put the plate on already.
I was surprised
That
at
was
too.
the plan.
That's whatever.
but I need to get somewhere to do it.
Let's go find. Let's start with the dude chasing pussy. And then we'll figure out
Hey,
from there.
this is supposed to be a family-friendly stream.
Shut
We
the
don't
fuck
need
Bullshit.
that
up.
on our Christian.
Bullshit.
We don't need that on our Christian Minecraft server.
Watch your profanity. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
So-
Victor, what's
Yeah.
up? What have you come to a
What's up?
conclusion of what you're gonna do?
Have you come to your senses?
Have I come to my senses? Well, I don't know, but I'm feeling a little drained, you could say. And I'm hoping that chick just spent like the last 40 minutes riding my face, but okay. That way she still gets something out of it, but alright.
No. She figured you were all out since you couldn't get it up,
Yeah,
What
fuck.
a bitch.
God.
so she just moved on.
Oh.
Alright, well I'm gonna get up and get dressed and... Yeah. Smack myself to make sure I'm still all there.
Alright.
Check your ass.
You smack yourself.
What's she doing?
She
An actual
is,
Hades looking skin.
Did she just go to sleep? Because, you know...
yeah, she is essentially just sleeping next to you.
Oof. Oof. Alright. Your boy is going to take advantage of his alignment and stealth check. That is going to be a...
You pass.
Wow.
You pass.
I was
He's gonna
I want to...
sneak the
Let me
fuck
say
out.
the number
He's gonna
anyway.
say fuck that
Okay.
bitch's breakfast and sneak out.
23. Alright. I'm gonna find that 500
pass.
gold.
Oh, and damn.
So I need to run an investigation, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 10.
I mean, you see a couple of places, I guess. You see a dresser,
I'm gonna carefully check the dresser first.
satchel.
I feel like she's gonna
Alright.
hide it, so I'm gonna check the dresser.
You check the dresser. There's nothing but clothing in the dresser as far as you can tell.
Man, that means if she woke up, it looked like I was stealing panties. That sucks.
You'd never get rid
Let's
of
check
her.
the satchel.
Alright. Check the satchel. Nothing but...
Oh, I don't have to reinvestigate it? Damn, okay.
No. Nothing but the usual amenities that you'd find in a purse or a satchel.
Where's my fucking money?
Basically everything.
He's trying to steal his money back. I'm so proud of him.
I'm gonna check under the bed.
Alright. You check under the bed.
Where's my sword? I have it, right? I'm
Leaning
hoping she's gonna
against the
hide it.
door.
No, your weapons are gone.
You were naked, my dude.
No, but
And
my
drugged.
clothes were there. So
Wait,
like,
gone, or leaning in against the door, gone?
He's completely naked.
well, I
and,
still got my clothes back on.
None of
Yeah.
No,
What do you mean?
you don't have any clothes on right now.
Where are my clothes? Find my clothes.
Your clothes and your weapons are nowhere to be found right now.
They're not in the room.
Cardi beat you!
Damn.
Okay,
Damn.
I'm gonna
That's
go
low.
search the other rooms in the house then.
That's low.
Alright.
Oh,
You searched
Assassin,
the
did
other
Storm
rooms
get
in the
back to you with the resale value on that armor?
Ah! You might not have to resell that armor.
Yeah, he did.
It's too large for you.
Fuck. Alright, so do I
And
find
you're a
at
rogue, you
least...
can't wear medium armor.
It's,
God forbid, just let
the
me find
resale
like
is
my pants and my
75.
coat. I can live without the
Actually, I
shirt
have
and the
heavy
boots for
armor
like 5
proficiency
minutes,
now,
but
so
let me at least find my coat and my pants. My
you put
God.
the
Awesome
shirt on, it'll be
cookie.
over encumbered immediately.
Alright. Alright, you search around, and you really don't see anything on the top floor.
On the top floor? Oh God.
Hmm.
Oh. This whole building's her house, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. So I don't find anything on the top floor, so I'm going downstairs to find my stuff.
Okay.
I'm hoping
You
she
go
was nice enough
downstairs.
to just neatly put it away to the side. Because if she did,
You go
I might
downstairs.
not
What
steal
are
them
you
all.
gonna? Are you gonna make an investigation to
Yeah.
search the entire downstairs? All right.
That'd be a 7.
You notice your weapons are by the door.
Oh, so she's just a mistress. You know, all legitimate business, but freaky as hell.
You might need to make an. You might need to search some more to find your other stuff.
While
Victim.
he's taking
Alright.
sweet time to find his shit, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right.
That's a 19.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Finally.
That's better, babe.
All right. So you search around the house and you find a laundry room, and you see your clothes neatly folded.
Oh, now I don't feel bad. So I'm just gonna put my clothes on then.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna gather my things and leave.
All right.
I'm no longer concerned myself with finding the money. Thanks.
Okay. So you leave and or you grab your things, get dressed, you leave, grab your weapons and things and leave. Is there any particular way you want to head?
I guess back towards where we were staying in a hierarchy place. I don't know.
All right. Oh fuck, truck. Okay. You head back to where you were heading, and on your way back, you see a cat. All right. So you start heading on your way back, and we'll just we'll go to someone else. Ven, you there? Ven? Is Ven here?
Yes.
Okay. Ven is here.
I just need to wash my hand, but you can start.
Alright. Ven, you wake up in your glass cell, completely normal, and the two constructs guarding your cell once again.
Okay, so he blacked me out and didn't take me?
I'm back.
You notice one thing, though, that's a little off.
I'm missing another hand. Got you.
You remember things.
Hmm?
You remember things?
I remember things. Oh, fuck, I remember things.
Ooh.
Oh, that explains
You
why.
remember things about your childhood and who you were, and most importantly, where your demon came from.
Ooh.
You really are a bloody parasite! Fucking A! That explains why I have this dialect and also why I have a penchant for being a complete narcissistic asshole. Ugh.
Oh, I thought that was normal.
Well, fuck. I wonder what happened to her. Bloody hell, is she even still alive? How long has it been? I'm gonna tap on the glass.
Alright, you tap on the glass. It makes the sound of tapping on the glass.
Ah, quite a lovely sound.
Excuse me.
One of the constructs turns.
I did so apologize. I was not in my right mind and can see clearly that I was not in my right mind.
Your a voice in your head chimes in. You fool, you think that they're going to let you go.
You were feeding on my paranoia of not knowing who I was, tightening it and making me do what you want because you were hungry. You can shut it and we'll figure. Wretched parasite. I can do it too.
Stand. What this means for us. Roll me a d12.
Oh no. You said 12, right?
Yeah, he did. 10.
You take 10 psychic damage.
Yep, figured. I was already grabbing my book to write it. Yay, down to 17. Yay. Consistently.
Do not feed soon. You and I will be no more.
Maybe I don't want to be the sidekick to a leech. Have you ever thought of this? How about instead of you burning me every time I don't feed you, or every time you do want food, we work together instead?
But
The demon remains silent.
bitch, get fucking told, dumb demon, bitch.
I can't believe the dig ended like this. Condrax, if I know somebody's listening through your ears, want another audience with the Queen, I will happily be cuffed, restrained in any sort of way. I just want to speak. Truly.
Alright.
Well, that's not something I expected.
Well, I'm gonna have you do one more thing for me, Ven. Make a quick con
No.
save.
Oh, wonderful. You know, Ven's not very good at that, you see? That's,
Yeah.
that's a 9.
Yeah.
I have
Out of
13.
out of nowheres, whilst you say that, you vomit a astoundingly large amount of vomit.
Question, is vomit red?
Trying to take my life. Oh,
No,
Okay, good. So he's not killing me from the inside.
the vomit
Yes.
is a green pussy vomit.
You
Oh,
didn't
that's
mean to
not
say that,
better. That's not better.
I'm just glad I finished eating my pizza before you said that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine, dude. I'm dealing
Please,
with your
please. Whatever is happening to me, I truly request
That was
audience with the Queen. Then what is it?
I'm not strong enough to finish it off.
Finish what off?
The demon remains silent.
I'm just banging on the glass, trying to get somebody's attention at this point.
Huh? It's just no.
Alright. We will pan away from you now.
Hey.
Let's go to I think let's go to Kusasa and Elmos again. Why not?
Hello?
All right.
So we're on our way to try and find Victor.
Yeah, I guess so. You
Okay,
actually
cool.
see Victor off in the distance.
Hey, Victor! Hey! I'm yelling or
He does not
I'm
hear you.
loudly trying
He
to
seems to be
get
heading
his
in the direction back to the what's it called thingy, the courthouse.
Okay, I'm gonna
Back to
start picking up my pace,
The Cordy B&B?
trying to see if I can make it there to get his attention.
okay. Well,
I thought that was good. Nobody laughed.
Kusasa, anything you want to do? Anything you want to do, Kusasa?
It's a great
Or
response.
is he not here?
I have no idea.
I'm here.
Okay.
I wish to find Victor still. The same goal still stands.
Yeah, I said you see Victor off in the distance, but he's rushing his
Alright.
way back towards the
Alright then.
what's it called? The courthouse. And you see you actually see Otuka um run up from behind you, saying that he had no luck.
Alright.
I'm still booking it towards him. I'm
Hmm.
running, trying to get up to him.
You want to take point on this since we know where they are?
Who
I
are you
mean,
talking
you've been absent quite a bit. You, because
Dude,
you're.
I'm already making my way there. I've said this a couple times now that I've been running my
Alright,
way there.
so I'll just stay with them.
Just pick up pace and keep with me, along with your two associates. Okay, cool. We're running towards them. We're running towards them. We're trying to catch up to him. We may be yelling out his name as well.
You run towards him, trying to catch up towards him. And as you're running, a long bit of traffic cuts you off from him.
Son of a bitch!
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck this.
And you no longer see him.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck. So we lost Victor.
Well, you know that he was heading in the same direction as the room.
So
the
let's
courthouse that
make
you
an
guys had.
assumption then. We should probably go that way.
Right. You also see something else, though. Or, well, make a perception check for me, both of you.
Plus what?
Would be.
2. Plus 2, yeah. 7. And I don't think Gray rolled because Gray's not paying attention. See?
Shots fired.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Oh, sorry.
in the middle of something. Alright, what was the roll?
Roll a d20, good sir. For perception.
Alright. Yeah, no. That's gonna be shit, whatever it is.
Also, did I get any XP for getting fucked up by the queen?
No.
Why would you?
Because it was a valiant attempt. That's why.
Valiant, my ass.
Hey, the demon made me do it.
Wow, said every witch ever.
Half the time it's true. Ophel did bad. Oof.
So,
Alright.
as we're sitting there, I look over at Kusasa.
Okay.
I'm like, you know,
So what were
how
both
did you
of your
get the name
rolls again?
Kusasa?
Tell me.
I got a 7. I don't know what he got.
Yeah, I got a.
He got
I didn't know what type of roll it was, but it was crap either
Perception.
way.
Perception. It's a perception. Who's that?
Alright. Then with that being the case, I have proficiency, so I end up with a fucking 8.
Oof.
Alright. Okay. Well, shit. Let's see. Then
So I'm guessing we don't see shit.
I'm trying to decide. I'm thinking. Alright, so you and Amos, who's us, see a dark hooded figure off in the distance.
Okay.
He seems to be
That
heading
looks
somewhere.
You think it looks like to me?
Probably should follow.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we're gonna follow him.
Alright.
So, how did you get the name Kusasa?
It means dawn.
Huh. You look more like an Ajani to me. Whatever.
Oh. Motherfucker.
Anyways, as we continue.
I love you, but I hate you for that at the same time.
Yes, I know.
Alright, so as you
Generally, I can
follow
appreciate it. It's funny.
as you follow the figure, and you get closer, you seem to recognize the outfit. And
Wizard
it
man?
seems to be the outfit that belongs to the mysterious man. He dips into a alleyway.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna follow him through. You can follow me if you want, Yozaza, or you
How
can
close
stay
are you
back here.
following?
I'm hoping he's gonna know I'm there. Cause I'm
Really?
thinking it like I hope he knows I'm there so that you know, I know him.
He didn't
He
shank
knows
you?
me. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know
I
what?
don't want to
I'm
be
feeling
creepy
kind
at
of.
all. I
I'm
just want to
feeling.
be like,
I'm
I'm
have.
gonna be walking casually up to him like, hey, Merlin guy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be walking up like I'm gonna steal your shit.
Could
Alright,
always
you know.
eavesdrop.
I'm not
Yeah.
eavesdropping. Why would I do that? I trust the dude. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Merlin.
Okay.
So, do you say something out loud? Like, how close are you?
I'm saying Merlin. I'm trying to
He's
be as close as
screaming
Say
in
that
the
out
back
loud.
of his head.
How close are you?
I want to say like 10. I don't know. 10 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 feet.
Oh, thank God you said feet 10 inches. You're fucking.
10 inches. Ah, shit. Not 10
Alright.
feet.
You're literally
He,
shadowing him.
He stops he stops and turns around.
Dude, they threw me in a trash compactor. I don't know what happened, man.
Oh my God, were the walls closing in? Or is there a big hairy guy?
Yeah, see, I was in the sewer. Now I'm not.
He finally got the joke.
Well, I knew what you were going on. So.
I was talking about
Well,
stuff. He got it.
Great. I suppose.
Do you know where Ven is? I kind of lost track of him, so
$1 million question.
a long time ago.
Yes, I know where Ven is. He's
Okay, sweet. We're looking for him.
in prison. Kusasa know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what we should do to get him out?
I already had an idea.
I heard he fucking
No,
tried
look,
to
look.
assassinate
Hey,
him, so I mean that already.
I had already come up with an idea.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
Well, he could serve penance. That's always a fitting release option.
Don't we need him for our fucking quest? I mean that
I
that
didn't
was kind
say
of
he'd
obvious.
die. Wow, I said serve penance.
No,
I don't think we really can die.
I'm not saying. Wait a minute.
Right. Well,
I got an idea.
both
Not the best idea.
have fun devising your plan to get Ven out of prison.
Well, where are you headed?
I'm needed somewhere.
Okay. Can you point me in the direction
And
of
he
where he is? Out of curiosity.
begins to start backing away. Where Ven is?
Yes.
He should
I don't
be.
know where I'm at here, sir. I literally am just following along for the most part.
Yeah, you've been
should
knocked out for
integral to
most
the
of it.
bottom floor of the main courthouse.
Okay, cool. That's a good place to start.
At least that's where they keep their prisoners, as far as I'm concerned. He backs
Go
away
enjoy your
and
lifestyle, Merlin.
starts walking away.
Sasa, we need to go to that courthouse. Have you been there before?
The courthouse?
Yes, the courthouse.
Yes, I've been there.
Okay, let's fucking go there.
I still say we should grab Victor.
If I know Victor, he'll probably end up there anyways.
I'm trying so hard to regroup.
So I just suggest we go with the lead that we have. We lost him, right? We lost Victor.
Oh,
We'll find him back
he
later.
was headed towards the house. The room.
What? Crack? Have
He
you
was
been
heading
smoking?
back towards. Oh.
Are you on catnip?
Would that actually be a thing that tabaxi sell? Would that be... That's essentially skooma for tabaxi. I just realized that.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking doobie snacks for cash.
Dude.
Okay. I quickly grab him by the arm and I start walking in a direction that I hope
Start
is the
walking
court.
in place as he is heavier than
Come get
you.
your goose snacks
Oh
today.
yeah, I'm a
Like
whole
I
hell
start
of a lot
pulling
heavier
him and
than
then I
you.
get pulled.
You might
Zoink,
cut out.
Scoob.
I got you outweighed by at least twice.
Perfect. Okay.
3 kilos.
Anyways, we need to fucking go. So I'm trying to like pull him, and he's still standing there. I'm like, yep, this is productive. I look back at him a couple times. I'm like, can you just help me here?
I'm just gonna walk forward
Hey,
and
look, there's
scoop
some
up
catnip in it
Amos
for you.
under my arm. One
Oh.
fluid motion, just take a step forward. Foop.
Okay. So you come here often?
What the fuck?
Enough debating.
Gusasa and Amos, the new sitcom, coming to you in theaters.
The man that
Don't
smells of
feel.
sewer.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good thing to point out to remember. I'm gonna walk towards the nearest fountain.
Oh God, are you doing what I think you're doing?
He's doing what you think.
You shall be cleansed.
I would like to keep my stuff dry, somewhat. Please.
Douse some purifying
This-
water.
Isn't that
like-
technically
I'm
forcing your
looking at it,
religion
I'm
on
like,
someone
look,
else?
Look.
I'm forcing a bath on someone else.
Look, see, sir. You remember that one time that I totally did something for you? Remember that?
It's just-
Here's payback time. Like you don't do. You don't need to.
That's all I'm thinking right now is just while you're mid talking, just.
Yeah, just drop him in.
Yep.
I quickly jump out the water. That's cold. That's real cold. You want to go in there? You want to have a cat bath? Huh? Yeah.
You're the one that reeks of shit.
Sir. I'm
You
not the
smell
one
like
who
smoke.
smokes catnip. I don't want to hear your shit. Okay.
I don't want to smell your shit or whoever
You know
shit
what?
that is.
You know what? At least I talked to our housekeeper. Unlike you. You just said, "Hey, I'm stewing your food," and left. How'd you
None
feel?
of you paid.
Feel like a dick. I have no money. What do you want from me?
Coin.
Want you to fix my door.
Yeah, look. Gotta keep the monk hand strong. Anyways, we're getting
Okay,
too
chill.
sidetracked. Let's focus.
Chill. Look,
On to the courthouse. Where
since
the
you're
fuck is
relatively clean
it?
up
I'm shaking my arms in motions so that I can try and get up. Come on.
now, I'm
Where's the
gonna
courthouse?
just
You know
pick you
me.
back up and walk towards the car house.
Son of a bitch. Yes, man. We're going back to the courthouse.
Alright. You guys head your way back to the courthouse.
You know, it's cold. It's really fucking cold. I just want you to know that.
It's warm
Okay.
here, though.
No, the fountain, you fucking ass. God. You just threw me in there like you didn't even say anything. You just Go in. Fucking. Yeah, it'll be
You
fine.
were
he
too
said.
persistent and too much of a hurry to be smelling like that. Trust me, I can smell it better than you can.
Yeah, you have a better nose, sir.
His stealth is way inside the courtroom to get Vin out. You know, just dead giveaway.
I mean,
So,
it's mostly robots.
Tell us when we get there, because I'm just working up dialogue as we try and go through.
You are there now. Like,
Okay,
you're there.
sweet. Open the door. We go in. He's
Well,
still
yeah, I
holding
haven't
me in
set
his
you-
arms, and I'm still
Yeah.
confused.
I just picture you're the one that stretched your arm out to open the door. Then
Just use them as
Yes,
a
I did.
battering ram.
I did. I opened it for him. I'm like, come on, let's go.
Just bust the door open.
So,
Carrying Almo's
so
bridal
we walk
style.
up to the first person we see, like he's still holding me. So we're newlyweds. How you doing?
We'd only be newlyweds if I had just hung over my shoulder.
Oh my god.
Right. Well, back inside the courthouse. Where do you guys want to head, or what do you guys want to do since you're in there?
I look at him and I'm like, so we
Security
need to find,
seems to be up and about.
We need to find somebody to like talk to, like a higher up, possibly like somebody of high importance. That'd probably be a good idea, right?
I mean, the queen just got done trying to be assassinated. I don't think she's gonna see anybody right now.
No, I didn't say the queen, did I? I said a higher up. Difference.
She's one of them.
No shit. She's the highest up.
Did you say you want to be higher up?
No, keep me where I am. I'm fine.
Alright. You want to
We're
look
looking-
for a higher up?
Yes,
Some
somebody that, or somebody who could get us to a higher up person.
Yes, this one won't stop talking. It seems to have a plan. Please listen to it.
Look, you don't need to talk down to me. It's not like I'm smarter than you. But you don't need to be like that. Okay.
Be like what?
Just
I have
because
not
you-
been mean to you once.
Look, just because you're carrying me doesn't mean you have power over me. Okay? I have
Yes, it
something.
does. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
maybe it
like.
does, but that's not the point. The point is,
I'm gonna
Tom.
hike him up into my armpit further.
I wish I knew what I've done to deserve it.
Don't worry, I'm saving you energy. You don't have to walk all
Right,
this
so,
way.
enough of that.
Yes.
You want to look for someone higher up. So,
Yes.
I mean, you see a bunch of constructs guarding the building, but you see a couple people at the desks.
Onward, my noble chariot. Forward we go. Please. I say, looking up to him, pointing at one of the people at the desks. Do we go there?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I'm just envisioning absent
pouting.
mindedly
I'm
walking down
pouting,
the hall with
looking
him under
at
my arm.
Just like, so we
What do
walk
you
up
want?
to one of the people at the desks.
Yep.
Yes.
You
And,
see.
yes.
Well,
And Daisy.
All right, so
The
you speak to one of the people at the desks, and
hi.
you see.
I'm gonna set him down now, by the way.
Look. Oh, okay. Like, but do you approach them like that?
Yes.
I just, you know what? Fine. I sit him down by picking him up further and sitting him down, literally standing him in front of the desk.
And I have my arms folded, and I'm still like glaring at him, and then I look back, and I'm like, hi. So
You see, yeah, you see a guy at the desk. and he seems kind of confused.
Um,
Hi there.
Hi. Uh, don't ask questions. I'm quite confused myself. See, I would like to talk to somebody about a compatriot that I think he's here. His name's Ven. We kind of lost him. We're not sure what happened to him.
It wasn't lost. He was
Shush!
further.
Just allow it.
He was further detained
Oh,
after
that one.
attempted.
You're right. Sorry.
Right. He,
I would choose your words selectively.
I can't lie.
It's not
he looks
lying.
Forgot about
over.
that.
He looks over in a. He pulls out a recently printed newspaper and places it on the table. This one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd
That'd
be
be
him.
him.
Is it the picture I sent you, Sasso? Where it's like the demon me? That would be cool. Unless
No,
there's
this is a face.
pictures.
This is a maskless one because.
Right.
Maskless.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Huh.
So who's
Also,
that
I
guy?
will say I'm not
No, I
used to
don't
seeing
know
Oh
that.
if
yeah,
that's
Amos.
him.
By the way,
Yeah.
you know.
We've never
Yeah,
seen
you
his
don't know
face.
if that's him.
So
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I don't
Kasasa,
think
you do?
that's him, but it could be.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think there,
It,
big guy?
Great.
I
Now I
pat
have
him
to
on
send
the
it to
chest.
3 of you.
What do you think? Hey, is that dude? Is that him?
it's him.
Do you not remember my outfit?
Okay.
It's pretty distinct. Tattered up.
Well,
It's
yes,
distinct.
I believe that is him.
He was unconscious for most of the trip. He
Yeah, I'm
basically
sorry.
missed the he
Right.
basically missed the potato in your ass.
So you're friends with this
Yeah.
attempted murderer, or are you just with the
More
news?
like just more
We're-
we're associated because we know him.
Yeah. It's weird.
I don't know if I can.
I don't know how to
allow that.
explain it.
It's mildly complicated. I
So,
do not condone his
There's
actions
there's
or
a long
behavior.
story behind it, and it literally would probably take all day.
All right. Well, check with the guard captain.
Okay. And where
And
might we find him?
he will probably take your weapons, and then he'll escort you down.
Okay, cool. We appreciate it very much.
He gestures over to a man in a man standing around or standing directly in between 6 constructs,
Jesus
guarding
Christ.
the entire building.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to him.
I'm gonna ask her while he's walking over there real quick about trying to
The
get an
dude.
audience with the queen to, issue
You're gonna
a
ask the
formal
dude.
apology.
Yeah, that's a dude. It's a dude.
Not a girl.
All right.
Just trying to preface
Person.
The last
I'm
one
walk-
was a girl and she's resting.
It's a human dude, this one.
I'm walking over to
So I'm just gonna ask
the
the
guard
gentleman
captain
that.
while he's talking about asking the queen for an audience.
Alright. So you ask about an audience with the queen, Kusasa.
To issue a formal and appropriate apology and to try to talk.
I don't know if the queen's gonna be too keen with taking more public visitors after the
Understandable.
recent incident, especially
It
from
is.
the likes of people who claim that they're friends with the attemptee
I did not say friends, it's
assassin.
just simply associates.
Associates, any sort of relation. I don't know if that matters.
I
Once
do
again,
not
speak with the
condone it.
guard. He's the only one who's gonna have
I'm already
contact with the
headed
queen.
over there, so
Yeah,
I'm
so
already-
what's he got going? I'll just walk over. Figure they'll be mid chat when I walk out.
All right.
So walk up to him. Pardon me, sir. I'd like to talk to you for a second, if you don't mind?
Yes, what do you want?
That's pretty nice voice. Anyways, so, so, um, an associate of ours, me and that cat fellow over there, um, he is locked up in here, for some not really good stuff that he did. And we would just like to visit with him if that would be at all possible. His name is Ven.
You want to speak with the prisoner under top security?
If it is all possible, I don't mean to be a bother.
He thinks about it for a little bit. He looks down, scratches his nose, and brings his hands in front of him again, or in a tall posture, and says to you, "Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Hand over your weapons."
Yes, sir. And I do so willingly, even though all I have is one
You're a monk.
short
What
sword.
weapons do you have?
All I have is one short sword, so that's all I have for weapons.
The construct next to him grabs the weapons.
I'm
You
getting
just see him
hangover
pull out one
vibes.
sword and hand it over.
He looks over at the big cat.
I'm not interested in speaking to the prisoner. I wish to formally request an audience with Her Majesty in an attempt to issue a formal and proper apology for my associate's behavior and to talk.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to check with the queen.
Weapons free if it makes anybody feel better.
This is slowly
Yeah, I'll definitely be
slowly
taking your weapons,
turning
but
it.
I have to check with the queen first.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, so neither are the weapons yet. I'll wait.
He
Snap, snap, snap.
he leaves for a second and gestures for the constructs to go escort you down.
Thank you very much.
That would be
just me.
yeah,
just him.
I look at the guard captain real quickly, and I do thank him one more time. I'm like, thank you very much, sir, for the chance.
He gives you a nod of understanding and proceeds forward up the steps. You wait. Just roll me a d4 real quick. Great.
See how long you waiting, bitch.
Yeah. Just give me a second.
You got a
4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well. You end up waiting about... Who left?
Kev.
Oh my god, Kev, really?
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Alright, you wait about 4 minutes. I was gonna... And he comes out again. Alright, the queen will speak with you. And,
Alright.
provided you hand over your weapons.
Excuse me.
Agreed. I'll hand him the glaive, which is all I have.
You didn't buy the other
For
weapons?
Well, wait, yes, the sword. I overthought that. That is my bad.
I think he just was thinking, oh, this is all I have as weapons himself.
Right.
Yeah, my bad. Yes.
But so you hand those over. He has them or hands them over to one of the constructs and gestures for you to go inside after patting you down.
All right. I would assume you're not finding anything.
He doesn't find anything.
All right. So then I'm gonna follow them up.
Yep. You you step up the stairway and as you open up the double doors, you are welcomed to a large open council room,
Hmm.
and the queen is just sitting
All right.
in a throne
And I shall
in
walk
that
up
room.
to about 10 feet away from the throne and take a knee, if I remember that's the proper distance.
Mm-hmm.
Your Majesty,
She
I have
nods
heard
at you.
about the actions of the individual called Ven. I do not condone such actions nor behaviors from anyone I have unfortunate chance to be associated with.
You're fucked.
And
And
you apologize on his behalf.
indeed, I must render aid when it's required, and unfortunately, it appears we may need him.
Mm. And you ask that I release that vulture on my kingdom.
Not under, my apologies, Your Majesty, but this is under no pretense of no strings. It is sensible that there be mitigated costs, and seeing as releasing him after such behavior would be detrimental for your image, among other things. I'm uncertain. But I believe that redemption is a possibility. Perhaps some sort of service or labors would be in order. Put our, at service for anything you might need issued in exchange, to pay off his egregious debt.
Well, the only payment that I believe he should be able to offer me is his life.
But Your Majesty, this is where.
Well, this is escalating.
No. This was already established. It wasn't escalated. That's where you were at.
Dude, you were gonna fucking kill her, so I mean, kind of makes sense that
Yeah,
she would want
you
your
pretty
life
much
in return.
dicked yourself thoroughly there.
But
Anyways,
But
continue.
Your Majesty, this
What
is
is it that you can offer me that might convince me otherwise?
well.
saving the bloody world.
Perchance, are there any labors needing tending to, services needing to be met that you are, not as a
In
slander,
dire need of.
ma'am, but unable to have consolidated?
I believe that we are doing quite well on in our
Perhaps
fine little city.
aiding. Hmm.
Make me a bounty hunter. Ask for that.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys are really gonna wish Fry was here right now.
If only
Yeah.
we had a potato. He was.
Or maybe someone that also has good connections with the queen.
Ottawa. Ottawa.
No. Nope, that wouldn't do anything. Fry is critical right now for this.
Yeah, well, I'm attempting to negotiate a,
Just put his
non-death right now.
mention his name. Just mention his name.
Oh,
Why would she?
Fry.
No.
Fucking
my
Fry,
God.
no.
he didn't even make it in the first place. Motherfuckers lost at the journey to the center of the earth. Kind of bullshit.
Look, when you got a fucking talking potato, you want to flaunt that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm
He does
totally
magic
gonna
too.
fuck. That's enough.
Continue on, Kusasa.
Well, albeit there's not much loss for me to have him executed, there seem to be other extenuating circumstances afoot, and I
I
do
will tell
not
you
feel
what.
some of this would be prudent in public chambers, man.
I will tell you what. I will delay his execution and give you and your group a bit more time to figure out a valid
Compensation.
Hey, I
return.
offered for serving penance.
I
Just
apologize,
other options
but
other
that will
than
not be enough.
non-lethal. But then you would see a day not come to fruition. You would end it at one day and not look to the next.
What do you mean by that? How do you mean?
Well, just as the sun rises one day, it rises again the next.
What? Why are you being so cryptic? Just fucking tell him the answer.
Yeah.
Well, if you were to execute him now, that would be one day and done.
Speaking of which, we are quite unsure if we can even execute him.
Yeah.
It seems that he died once and was reborn.
Yeah, that's more information. I'm willing to expound if if you're willing to hear it. But
What have you?
this would
Do you know how it's working?
I can only give the information I've gathered thus far.
Right.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, that doesn't make sense to me, but sure.
Well, it would be sensible to attempt political.
He seems to exhibit similar behaviors to that of a husk.
I understand that's what they're called.
The
And
soulless
it
ones,
is
yes.
quite possible, but again, milady, this does not seem prudent for public chambers. It's best between you and your prime advisors. DM, that's kind of on you now.
So, wait, what were you asking?
Now, I was stating the information would be prudent to be kept between her and her selected advisor or advisors so as to not be in public chambers, considering the information at hand is, yeah.
Well, there is no one here right now.
Alright.
And I will determine on my own accord whether the public needs to know or not.
Indeed.
Fair point.
It is true, you do judge, I would apparently assume quite prudently given the status of your city. But this information, thus far for us, we don't know anything. Well, I remember some of who I am. I cannot speak for the others, but it would appear that we've been involuntarily thrust into a situation without much information. We
So you
escaped
suffer
from
from
locations unknown into some
God forsaken.
location that was apparently hostile. Following this unnamed cloaked gentleman, which I believe you are quite familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thus leading us here through a clock tower mechanism. Clearly, we have something to be doing, if I remember
Well, I
correctly.
gathered that you are from Tenebrae,
Indeed,
but
from what I've gathered.
that doesn't explain the
Devil.
husk nature of your friend.
Yes, as it stands, it appears quite likely that a lot of us seem to be deficient of soul.
You are husks.
It would seem to be so. Even though I am completely at a loss for what that would
But you are
even
completely
entail.
sane as far as I can tell. All of the husks that we've thus encountered that we've encountered thus far are usually feral. Ven,
Oh no,
as you like to call
my
him, seemed
creed
to
and
prove that.
service.
But
Hmm?
you're different.
My creed and service to my God supersedes the wants of the self.
Are all of you soulless?
It, as previously stated, ma'am, yes, it would appear so. Some more rational than others. Apparently, Fen ended up being impetuous.
If I have my chance to explain.
Well, that even proves furthermore that I cannot release Ven, and I cannot have him roaming around.
Then,
It
which
is
is
best to just put
why,
him down.
Some kind of leash. I wish
but
I was there to
as
say
it
that.
stands, it appears we cannot. Three of us have already fallen and come back. We don't have much of a choice.
Hmm.
Honestly, coming to a resolution of our situation and gaining our souls back to even things back to the way they should be.
I will consider this premise, but I will not release Ven.
Fair. But might I ask then we at least not execute him because it seems this is a reversible situation.
His
I remember
execution will
things.
be forgone until further notice.
My gratitude.
Until we're killable.
I do hope to continue towards a better footing of, and a better relationship with you in the future, Your Majesty. I cannot speak for the rest of them, but I do not bode you any ill will.
We will soon see, I suppose.
Very well then. then I will, rise, give a bow, and depart.
All
I
right.
made it to his cell yet.
You depart, and yeah, you are now by Ven's cell. Then you see Amos open up the door.
Hi. What's
Escorted by two
new?
constructs as well. Then,
Almost.
Hi.
Was it? It was almost, right?
Yeah, buddy. What's up?
Apologies. Things are still a bit rushed in my head.
Uh-huh. Um, you, you,
Um,
you mind telling me something, buddy?
right,
Why
right.
did you try
Proper
to...
introductions. Apologies. I've apparently finally regained the ladder of my memories, and I remember
Okay.
things now.
Wouldn't it be the former because it is stuff that happened before?
It's whatever. Shh, just let him go. Let him go.
Van Albarn.
Yeah.
Full name, it seems.
Uh,
What?
I would say whatever my last name would be, but as to this point, I'm not really totally sure still.
Right.
So I'm just gonna still say almost and
Right.
leave it at that. Good sir.
Apologies.
You're fine. Do you mind telling me what happened? Why you tried to assassinate the queen?
So the thing,
Yeah.
I like pull the bandages up on my arm to show him the band.
Hmm.
What
Meet the
happened?
thing that's living in my arm. Doesn't want to tell me its
Wow.
name.
You're gonna be open to that, huh?
That's
Well, as far he pulls the
intriguing.
bandages off of his arm, but his arm for the most part looks relatively normal.
Uh, uh, it's normal
It's a
So,
stump.
arm.
so you don't want to show your. Great. I'm gonna try and make the sword as best as I can.
You try to channel the energy to make the sword, and you see
Nothing.
Amos. You see his arm spike up with black veins for a second, and then retreat.
Okay, it doesn't seem to want to work fully.
Ben, are you sure you're okay, buddy?
I am better now, but I need to explain. So, this thing in my arm is some sort of demon. It apparently is what gives me my powers, and it likes blood. It needs blood. I'm getting clarity from this, but I'm apparently, in my memories, usually a rather nice, quiet person, but this thing in my arm was hyping up my paranoia and just inner desire, and it fed on that and was making me want to kill things because it needs blood to live, and so on and so on, and it's just, I'm panicking here, man. I don't know what to do, and I just want to apologize and get out of here. I don't know what they're going to do to me. Frankly, I don't know what if she's still alive, what she would do to me if she found out about this. I fucking stole something from one of our dig sites. Oh, she would kill me. But
Ben,
yes,
relax. You can slow down, buddy. Nobody's gonna hurt you. We're all cool. You're chilling. Kusas is here.
that.
He's going to talk to the queen
Mind
for
you,
you.
he is still under the impression.
I'm still under
He's
your
still under
impression I
the
am murder happy.
yeah, and you're pretty much fucked.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna try and calm him down to the best of my ability and try and work with him. Okay then. Look, here's what's happening. So Gusatsu has gone to talk to the queen, trying to apologize and trying to get for a way for you to get out, hopefully. I'm here talking to you, of course, because I wanted to figure out what's going on and what I missed. Mostly
How long
because
would it take me to
I've been
get from the
stuck in a
chambers
sewer.
down there?
Um,
Figured catch up to him. I have no weapons as it is now.
well, that's happened. I
Natural
don't know where
weapon.
Victor is. Last I heard, he went off with a girl.
Sounds like
And
Victor.
our old pal, the
Wow.
wizard guy, has other business to attend to.
Do I
So
remember him coming in my cell, or is that just a blank?
You you remember it to some extent, but you know nothing of what happened after you went unconscious.
Okay. He visited me before and said I remind me of his older self, and then I kind of just
Younger. He
blacked
said
out.
younger.
Younger self, right? Younger self, and then kind of blacked out after he gave me a chokehold and pressed me against a wall. I don't really. But what? I don't know what is happening. I just. I. No, I just want to apologize and
yeah.
figure out what's going on.
I will say
This.
you do know it, but you aren't sure if it was real or not.
Well, from what I've been told, you went and tried to assassinate the queen, and that's why you're here now. I don't know anything else. All I know is that that happened, and now you're here. If there's any details you have that I don't, which are probably a lot, I would hopefully ask that you could give them to me, so I can at least understand somewhat of the situation.
Okay.
Okay?
So do you just want details of what happened
I
and
need to
what
know
you've
what's
missed?
happened. I've been stuck in a sewer, dude.
Okay. Well, when you first got here, you remember you got knocked out.
I remember I tried to roundhouse kick one of these bad boys, patting
Yeah.
the country.
Wouldn't recommend. They seem quite fidgety when any aggression comes towards it, but uh, uh, you got knocked out. They threw us down here. Well, in a different cell, we could see the core, and it's just some weird energy rock thing. But
Okay.
you were still knocked out. They hauled us both up to speak to the queen. I tried my best to be mannered, but the paranoia and intensity of it just drove out the darker side, and apparently I may have threatened the queen, and when we were brought up to a nicer room, I I I remember hearing the arm's voice, and it told me the queen was vulnerable, and I initially went over there to try and warn her, but things started getting twisted, and, and I just kind of blacked for a moment, and everything just went red.
Okay. Well,
Kind of rubbing and like twisting his arm. Oh, nub.
my arm?
No, his
Oh,
own.
Okay.
So,
I
Casson,
patted
how
his hand
long
for
would
a
it
second.
Then
take
make a con
catch
save.
up?
Mm.
Followed
Again.
by.
Not bad.
All right,
What's the damage we're looking
Ven.
at, Chief?
Ven out of
Wait,
nowhere is
wait, what was it? Because it didn't show for me.
It's a 12.
it's
12.
12.
Oh, so 13. Ugh.
Ven out of nowhere drops to his knees and starts a coughing fit.
Okay. I
Hmm.
reach down and I start patting his back. I'm like, dude, are you okay? And
He's in a glass box right now. You can't do that.
oh, I thought we were in the same place. That's why I
No, they didn't
was.
open it.
Gotta
No, he's
go
just
instruct
speaking to you through the
dudes.
glass.
It's clear he's not in the best condition. You know, you could nothing.
That's the second time?
Great. Okay.
What's going on?
So what is it with your arm? That
I
seems to be important. What happened to it? What is it?
When I was on a dig, we excavated a relic site that supposedly was part of several sacrifices and a near genocide of its people. I was in one of the dig pits and I found this beautiful gem. Went to go touch it and pull it out, and it melted and just went into my body, and everything from there just started going red. I managed, I blacked out after that and woke up hearing voices damning me and just shouting for blood. And the only thing I could think at the moment was to appease it, to get it to be quiet. And I didn't want to hurt anybody, but the only thing I could think was cutting off my own hand, apparently.
Okay.
And then I just kind of ran from there. That's where the memories kind of stop.
Okay. Okay. What's the name of this demon?
I don't know. He still hasn't told me.
Have you tried to work with this demon?
I've tried, but apparently my darker half doesn't really take kindly to him or to me.
Okay. Look, I think the way it stands right now, Ven, we're probably not going to be able to get you out.
I understand.
So if it comes down to it, I'm going to try my best to get you out, but I don't. If we can't, look, just know that whatever happens, I'm gonna try and get you out. I'm gonna try and keep you safe. Worst comes to worst, you're in here for a bigger amount of time, but I can't really promise anything at this point. Try your best to keep the demon at bay. That's all I have to say to you. I think. Other than that, just try and calm down and relax. Good that you got your memories back. Okay, buddy.
Thank you.
With that, I'm gonna give him a slight nod, and then I'm gonna look up at the constructs and be like, okay, I think I'm all right to go, guys. I think that's what I'm gonna call you. And I'm gonna name both of them Jim and Bob. Jim's on the
Jim and
left,
Bob.
Bob's on the right.
Jim and
Oh
Bob
my goodness.
nod and wait for you to start walking ahead.
Okay. Come on, Jim. Come on, Bob. Let's go. And I start making my way there.
The two constructs look at each other confused. Or as if
It's
they're
alright,
confused.
you'll understand your names later on. Come on, come on. And I make a waving motion as I'm walking.
Alright, Rick.
Oh,
Victor!
motherfucker.
Speaking of you, you're next. You're up next on the
Oh,
chopping
joy.
block.
Nothing
So
brings
Victor,
me more...
as you're making your way down. So meanwhile, while all this was happening, you were making your way to the
through the streets.
through the streets to the same place that they were at.
Walking fast.
And make a perception for me.
Oh no. Oh no. Fuck. Let me get back to my computer. Oh no.
Better run. Better run. Go, go, go.
I hope this isn't a quick time event. Gotta roll.
Gotta press square real quick. Go.
Go, 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 go.
I'm pressing. Ah.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's
Make another one.
11.
Make another one.
That's a 17.
All right, there you go. All right, there you go. So you notice on your way back the mysterious man walking in the opposite direction at a distance. He seems to be heading somewhere quickly.
Could you repeat that?
You see the mysterious man walking at a distance in the opposite direction. He seems to be heading somewhere quickly.
Ooh, I'm gonna follow him.
Alright.
I don't know about
How
you,
far?
but that's shady as fuck. I'm gonna keep following him until I figure out either where he's going or he figures out that I'm following him.
Yeah, how far back are you following him? Or are you gonna tail him?
I guess I'm back like 20 feet.
Alright.
You know.
Gonna be back like 20 feet. Alright, make a stealth check then.
Another stealth check. That's another 17.
Alright. You pass. You follow him. All the way until he gets to a library of some sort. He walks inside.
I suppose I will also attempt to enter the library.
But that was, you know.
So, alright. When you walk inside, you see him, you see the mysterious man speak to the librarian at the front desk. She nods and points over to a bookcase at the far wall beside a glass door. The man nods back at the woman and walks over to the bookshelf. He quickly scans it and pulls a book from the center row. He then walks through the door, closing it behind him.
Oof. Interesting. I wonder how I should perceive this. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna go to where he pulled the book from.
Alright. You go to where he pulled the book from.
Try to guess what he pulled.
Well, you see several books in this area.
More specifically, I'm looking for like the library code on the end of the book, right before it and right after it.
The Dewey, really?
Sadly, the Dewey system was not invented in this universe.
That sucks.
It's a rip.
Looks like I have to approach him.
But you see several books. You see several books aligning from Demonology for Dummies to The Origin of New Chronon.
So several books, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What happen to be the contents of these books?
Well,
What
you
say
see.
Chronica for Dummies?
Do you want to grab one?
Yes.
All right. Which one do you want to grab? You see
One.
several titles: Demonology for Dummies, Comprehending Constructs, Legend of the True Devil King, and Origins of New Chronon.
Legends of the True Devil King.
All right. You pull the book out that says that is the Legend of the True Devil King. And do you want to read the book, or?
Yeah, I'll read the book.
All right. Here
Do I learn
you
anything?
go.
He's probably looking or grabbing it.
Yeah, just give me a sec.
Alrighty.
Fucking me.
If you want, I can read it as well.
Nah, it's fine. I can read.
But essentially, the book covers the topic of, it contains a story of a half-devil whose prime objective is to rise to rule over Tenebrae and the demonic realm, and bring peace to both devils and mortals alike.
Takes a while. The green extension cord. Okay, because I was looking for it.
Rip.
Now, while he is reading
Ooh.
that book,
All assassin here, just clack, clack, clack. Alright.
right,
I'm gonna go to the library and see if I can keep the book with me. What are the other, well, before I do that, though, what are the other books there?
the other books there, like I said, Demonology for Dummies, Comprehending Constructs, and the Origins of New Chronon.
I'm gonna take the book for Understanding Constructs as well.
Alright. So, Comprehending Constructs by Eobard Lindholm. By the way, the book, Legend of the True Devil King, is written by Said Crane.
By Cain?
Said Crane.
Oh. Okay, good to know, I guess.
What's the name again? Just so I can make sure.
Said Crane.
Okay, thank you.
Words and shit. Alright, guys.
Is that it, though?
It's, I guess I'll also take the book about the origin of New Crona, is what you said? And I'm gonna hold on to that so I can read the books later.
Alright. Then you also take The Origins of New Chronon by Waylon Crow.
Alright, I'm starting to feel like the author names
Holy
are gonna
crap,
be really
he's actually
important here.
reading in this one.
Oh man, holy crap, it's almost like the character in this one's actually intelligent.
So, what about the Mysterious Man?
I'm gonna let me grab that Demonology for Dummies, and then I'm gonna go approach.
Okay, you
the
just grab all the books.
Yeah, I'm grabbing all the
could've
books, and then
just
I'm gonna
said
find
that.
the mysterious man.
Sure, why not,
and
dude?
I'm gonna be like,
I'll send them all to you.
bro.
Alright. So
I'm starting to feel like
I see. You
either
grabbed all my books. Now,
no, I don't want
you
to. I
would
don't
know
want to say this
all
out
the
loud
knowledge.
yet because I'm keeping this information to myself. Me and you can discuss it privately later. I'm gonna
Right.
approach where the mysterious man is.
Grandma, I don't know what's this.
So you want to what?
I'm gonna go to where the mysterious man went.
All right, you try to go to the where the mysterious man went, but the door's locked.
But what? The room's locked?
Yeah.
Damn,
The door is
that
locked.
sucks. Can I knock on it? I'm pretty sure he already knows I'm there.
You hear some you hear voices in the like you can overhear some voices
Ooh, I'm gonna listen in first.
talking.
Then.
But you can't see anything. It seems to be that the
in.
way that things are positioned, the door is up against a wall and you can't really see deeper inside the room. But you can hear.
Okay. I'm gonna listen then.
Make a roll for perception to see how well you can hear.
That's a 15.
I'll give it to you. Alright. So you put your ear against the wall and you hear, yes, I'm aware. How are they these days? Well, to say the least, they've taken quite well to your absence. Not surprising. Remind me again. I'm sorry, hang on. Okay. Remind me again why you won't help me. You know why. This is your fight. Besides, I am helping with that secret of yours. And perhaps other ways too, yet to come.
Ooh, that's
If it's any
juicy as fuck.
consolation, just consider this a test of will. I'm not ready. Perhaps not, but rarely do these things wait for you to be. Rarely do these things wait for you to be. I do see a lot of you in me, you know. But only time will tell exactly how much. Remember, you've one prime objective now. Keep it centered, and soon we will be equals. You hear someone slide a chair out and stand up. You've got 30 seconds to remove yourself from the
Okay, cool. Quick. Alright. Pause. Everybody else needs to cut the background noise for a second. Alright. By this being a library, I'm assuming the room's pretty big, right? Is there a second floor?
I mean, you just, like, essentially you just need to not look so suspicious with your ear pressed against the doorway. Or the door.
No, just tell me, is there a second floor above the room?
Yes, there's a second floor above the room.
Alright, I'm gonna back away to where I can air trick up to the second floor.
Oh shit.
Or you could just take the steps up.
He wants to look
But
up
the
at
air
you.
trick is quicker.
I can see it now,
have 30
motherfucker. Just
seconds.
teleport to the top.
Let me
and it's
teleport.
like,
Come on, I
30
have
feet
30
away.
seconds. I have to be quick.
Alright, fine. Air trick in the middle of a fucking library. Why don't you?
Dude, it's not like anyone's paying attention
So
to me.
in
They're
the
paying
middle of a
attention to
quiet
their books.
library, you suddenly just hear.
Alright, dude. You
It's not
air
that
trick
loud.
up.
I think you just
Come
want
on.
to
You
use
hear the door
things.
below you open up.
You were way spamming that shit.
I'm just gonna pretend like I'm reading one of the books.
Well,
you could actually read the book.
Okay, I'll read the constructs
when you
book.
trick up the stairs, you notice that you're in some sort of antique shop.
Nice.
Look, you belong in
It
the
seems to be
museum.
that they're combined.
Nice. I'm just gonna look around now. So who walked out of the room, I wonder first? I need to see that.
Well, you tricked up to the second floor. You can't really see it from where you're at.
Mr.
Oh,
Suspicious.
you're telling me I can't, like, look over a rail?
Alright, well, you look over the rail as the door opens up and you see the mysterious man walk through the door.
Oh, nobody else?
Nobody else.
God damn it. Oh, well. Alright. I'm gonna explore the antique shop then. Perhaps I'll find something.
While he's
linked.
poking around there and making his roll, what exactly are we going to be able to group back up?
I was making my way back with Joe and Bob. I don't know what you're doing.
Because I'm pretty sure I should be in, like, the middle area, whatever fucking building that was originally.
What kind of roll is this? Am I perceiving or am I investigating? To
It'd
see
be
what
an
the cool stuff
investigation,
are.
I guess.
To see the cool stuff in the antique shop. Okay,
That'd be an investigation.
13.
Alright, well, you see, you see some, like, neat little antiques. Nothing that really seems to be special at first
Nothing
look,
of interest
but
to me. Perhaps I should take another glance.
could be.
Could be what?
Could be potentially valuable to the right buyer.
Ooh. Alright, that's a 14. That still sucks.
Same thing.
What is this thing that is potentially
The
okay,
things
that's
in the
20.
store.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, well, you look around the store, or around the
Okay.
antique shop, and you see antique plates, antique art, all sorts of different things. You see some antique weapons and things like that. You not having experience in these types of things cannot tell if some of these are replicas or exact copies, but everything in here seems relatively overpriced.
Oof. Especially since I'm broke right now.
Yeah.
You didn't find the money?
It's got a flight
Zero.
Zero.
Would anything in here be of interest to me or one of my immediate party members?
Not quite. Not from what you can tell.
What about two mysterious man?
Oh.
What about to the mysterious man, you said?
Yes.
Like I said, you don't know.
Okay, well, what about something that I could potentially bribe Alua with?
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, you could buy her some antique silverware, I guess. But you're poor.
Would this be of interest to me?
But you're poor. Oh, that was cold.
Alright, well, you know what? I'm a rogue, and so petty crime's okay.
He's gonna steal it. Yeah, I knew it.
He's gonna try to level up his stealth and
That's
pickpocketing skills.
Stealth check, right?
Uh-huh. It'd be a
That's
sleight of
20.
hand.
Oh, shit.
That's a mod 20.
It's a mod 20 for
Fuck.
sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me double check.
Alright.
Hold on.
Look at that flick of the wrist.
Part of my expertise is sleight of hand, so...
With an expert amount of finesse, you snag a nice looking plate.
A plate?
Okay, fine. I'll make it a tankard. There,
I was gonna say, you know, not in character, I would say steal some money. But in character, I'd be condemning the shit
Like I
out of
said,
you
to the
right
right buyer.
I'm looking for something that
Some of
I
these
could
might be valuable.
potentially donate to the right cause. Okay, I'm gonna leave now.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
can't
right,
wait
you
to
leave.
get interrogated by the mysterious man for stealing.
How would he know?
Fucking magic? I don't know.
As far as you're concerned, you snuck pretty well. But yeah. So the mysterious man seems to be long gone. Where are you heading now? With all your books and other things.
I'm gonna check out of the library and go back to wherever we were staying and read. I'm gonna be that guy
Okay.
this time.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be like V.
You had all right, fast traveling. You
Oh,
head all the way back to the
Yeah, hold on to it for me until then.
the courthouse, where you're technically staying and where you have a room right below the queen's quarters, and you see on your way in, you see Amos and Kusasa, and the both
and
of you
where
see
am I
Victor holding a bunch of books.
What?
busy?
Hi,
With something
buddy.
other than barmaids
I'm
and
sorry.
So,
accountants?
Could you repeat that? I got distracted.
you run into
How
us.
did your evening go?
Got books.
You ran into them
Oh,
on your way in. They see you holding books.
So,
everything's
did
fine.
she give you those? Or
Everything's fine.
you just found
Everything's
those in-
okay. Everything's fine. Everything's
doesn't
okay.
sound like it is.
Everything's fine. I found books. I want to read.
You are
Um,
definitely trying to
really
avoid the
quickly.
subject.
So I got
Everything's
a
fine.
question for you. Did you like her? Was she a nice
I will
person?
put you down where you stand.
You know, if
He liked her.
I would
I'm gonna say
hopefully...
that's an assumption that you do like her. Okay.
Alright. Well,
I will destroy everything you know and love.
and he doesn't know anything, and he doesn't know if he loves anyone.
Yeah.
He loves
So I
himself.
don't remember anything other than my name.
I would hope
and
you'd
that I'm
love
a monk.
yourself more than last night, but apparently not.
So,
You don't know that. That's meta knowledge.
all we're just hoping is that you had a nice evening. That's it. Okay.
Alright, you know what? You're a cuck.
You know what,
Just
Victor?
Yeah?
Despite your, crass greeting, I found
Hey, I
something
found a
that
book
might
you might
interest
like.
you. Depends. Is it at least as good as what I managed to find for you?
Probably not. But it's about how constructs work. You might be able to read it.
Kev, here's your
I'm no
drow
artificer.
girlfriend, by the way.
Hmm?
Here's what she looks like. There you go.
Oh, I'm curious.
Thank me later.
Because
I'm
saw
getting
her
up
at the
now.
fucking courthouse.
She wasn't there.
No,
Well,
no, no. The
Thanks.
first time, remember? I was there.
did you just send him a
Oh my
drow
God, it's
version
gotta
picture of his like favorite Russian chick?
Oh, no.
Probably.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going back later.
Of course.
For 6, 7, and 8.
You don't know that. That's meta knowledge.
Don't bitch at me about meta jokes, motherfucker.
Oh, this ain't a joke.
You have
This is
been
the
meta
core
joke
truth.
after meta joke before.
Brown,
I'm
you
always
are
the
the
meta
meta
joke.
joke in the game.
Yeah, I'm always the joke.
Hmm?
Alright, so here's your book.
I'm no artificer. You might want to hand it to somebody who might make more use of it.
What? I didn't say you could read it because of your skill set. I said you could read it for fucking funsies. Here, how about this book about
I
the
remember
origins of
things.
this city?
I know my mission.
Hey, how about the book about the origin of the city? Would you like to read that?
That might be useful.
There you go. Here you go. Read the book. Return it on time.
No, it's your responsibility. Don't pawn it off on me.
Oh, it's out of my
All right, if you guys
hands.
want, I will
It's no
send
longer
all
my
the books in the
responsibility.
Discord publicly for everyone to read.
Yeah. Just info
All right.
tab it.
Yep.
All right. But for now, are you guys all gonna?
Yeah, I was gonna, oh, yeah, Victor. I'm gonna pull the sword I picked up out.
Damn it, Tyler. You're supposed to be on my side.
Yeah.
Man, stop trying to
All
outthink
right.
us
While
and
you're
just
doing that,
here,
I'll
eat some
send these
fucking
things here.
Starburst.
Hang on.
Tell him he can fuck off. He's not in the game. Stop interfering. No backseat playing.
Does anybody want to come back and talk to your boy Ben? Mr.
Dude, we
Cat?
already talked to you.
I could.
Cat didn't.
What?
Cat
Yeah.
is chilling.
The cat just put in a fucking effort to save your ass from being executed.
Anyways, point being,
I'd say I've done something.
Storm, I'm gonna need you to pin
Oh.
these, by the way.
I forgot
Oh
to
yeah, I was
say
already
something.
planning
So
on
I
doing
look
it.
up at Kusasa, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, somehow Ben regained his memories.
He's
He
not
also
the
has a
only
really
one.
weird last name.
I'm not the only
He
one.
also has a demon arm thing. I'm still working
Damn.
on the information on that one.
Wow, you're just putting it all out there.
Well, I figure if I'm working with the people that I should trust my lives with, I think I should probably tell
Now,
them information.
by the way,
You
I
also
did
you also
produce
told the holy boy about the demon.
heavy breathing. Oh, heavy crusading intensifies.
I knew it.
Heavy crusading
Crusade.
intensifies.
God damn it.
Y'all motherfuckers need a crusade.
Yeah, you committed a
need some
lot of
fucking
heresy for
catnip.
somebody in a crusading distance.
Yeah, demons. You're talking an awful lot of demonics for someone within crusading distance. All right, but no, I produced a sword that I got, and I was going to show Victor.
All right.
Victor.
Yep.
Wow. Guess he doesn't
Vic,
want it.
you live?
Fuck it, I'll hold on to it. All right. Well, if that's all. By the way, where are my two attendant guys anyway?
They are with you. Technically,
Alright.
yeah, they're with you. I believe.
Alright. Well, then I want them to go gather information on the poorer portions of town. We could do good works if we know who needs help.
Oh, great. I'm letting you finish, dude. I didn't.
That was all I had to do. That was it. Just let the assassin know.
Dude has books. You have servants, and we're heading out with you. Anything else we need to do here? Boys.
I mean, other than probably go to bed, since you guys spent an entire day just running
Doing
around.
all their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I figured send them out.
Yep.
So yeah, bed doesn't sound too bad. Amos?
I'm down. I'm down to take a nap.
Alright, Vic is going back.
What, to get pegged again?
He's going back to her house.
Yeah.
Cosmo
Give it
pair.
out for the
Wait.
nookie. For the
Dude,
nookie.
Look,
Yes, I'm Cosmo.
Shove it up your
he got
ass.
fucked so good that he had to go back.
Or
Yeah.
she's just hot.
Or he's charmed.
I don't blame him.
But no,
Considering he would fail a
nobody wants to
charisma
come
check.
back and talk to them. It's not like he's panicking.
You're in your thing.
It's not like you're going anywhere either.
It's also not like he's fucking
if I have
having
to-
an existential crisis.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna try and get my way back over to Ven so that
Or, you know,
He
get
is
the
not
big
left
cat
alone.
guy, because he might need holy guidance right now, to be honest.
I'm gonna ask the captain if I can go back down there just to keep him company. I don't mind being watched by two constructs or whatever.
You know, Sturm, I did a lot of research on Palor, and there are crusades against darkness and demons in the lore book.
Yeah, I know.
So, no, you do not want me coming to talk to you.
Okay. Is that cool, Judgy?
But maybe.
What are you doing?
He
And
wants to
Really?
come
I'll,
just
to
chill
go
down by
keep
myself to keep me
company.
company.
I don't, like I said, I don't
I-
mind if I have
sure.
constructs regarding me. Sweet.
I guess.
Cool deal. Cool beans.
Did
Man,
anyone tell him
buddy,
about
old
that he
pal,
tried to murder
I'm
the
here to
queen?
keep you company.
And besides, you know, I'm, cat. I'm gonna be slightly lazy. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap down there with him. Keeping him company.
She's just gonna drive around randomly till you tell her where you live at? That's not good.
Alright, bro.
Alright, bro.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll see you when you come back.
Wow, that's
Also,
poopy as fuck.
Well, I have a Nazi
Uh,
napping with a bunch of
so-
constructs staring at me and him now.
Yep.
Assassin.
Alright. So we're gonna
I
end.
need to find Alua first.
off.
No, we can't end yet. I have shit to
How?
do.
Where are you meant to find Oliver?
Where are you gonna find Oliver?
Where the
You're
fuck
in
is
a-
she?
She's
All
at
the
the
way back.
All the
mansion.
way back at the
Oh
manor.
my god, never mind, fine. I'm just gonna get laid for another night and then I'll backtrack tomorrow.
Mhm.
And
You'll
then try and
backtrack once
figure
you
your
get
way
out of the
back.
city. Once you make your way back.
And try to walk straight.
Or you could go find a telephone and call Oliver because maybe reception goes through.
Oh my god.
Just
So,
go fucking get laid.
Ring, 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 Tenebrae.
espresso.
Collect calls to
Alright, fine.
Tenebrae.
So,
How may I help
we're
you?
ending the session on almost keeping Ven company even though Ven tried to murder a queen.
Evil Ven did.
Cat nap.
Kusasa
Ven did.
taking a nap. And me
Mm-hmm.
going to spend
Going
the
to get
night
laid
with
again.
somebody. Yeah.
Kusasa, where are you taking a nap again? In the room?
Mhm.
I swear to God, in the next
Alright.
time we're doing this, Alua better
Then
show the fuck up so I can give her this thing I stole
we
from
done.
the antique shop.
She's
No.
basically an NPC.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not
Okay.
an NPC.
Yes, you are.
She
Look
she
at-
is
Yes,
an
you are, Aloha.
interesting, amazing person. Leave her the fuck alone.
And an NPC.
Fuck you. You didn't have to be like that.
Factual,
Alright,
dude.
anyway.
Factual.
Fuck you.
And this, let him end
Thank
this
you,
episode.
everyone, for staying through to this longer than normal session.
Well, just by a little bit.
It was
We
at least
may
funny.
we may not be back Monday, but we might be back
Aw.
Friday.
That's a safe bet considering it's a holiday.
But we will probably be back Friday.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Sturm.
thank you and goodbye.
Yes.
Sturm.
Yes.
You